What's going on, Stratcom? Welcome to the first live on the Rogue Zoe channel in years. So we have a special guest today. We have a good friend of mine, a fellow Canadian. His name is Chad. His channel is called Gentleman's Journey. I believe he had a different name. We're going to talk about his channel name. I don't know if he wants to mention that one. Uh, Three names. Oh, we need to mute YouTube. There you go. So Chad's channel, I've seen his channel grow throughout the year, so I can't wait to introduce him to some of you. Some of you know him well. He has over 30,000 subscribers on his channel. Congrats to Chad. We'll have to congratulate him because I think the last time I spoke to him, at least on this platform, he was around 10,000. So the jump has he's put in some work. He has over 1,800 videos on his channel. I think he has more than me. So he's put in the work. And his channel, and I don't know if I'm doing it wrong, but he'll let me know. But it's more for the everyday man. I always felt like Chad, as a fragrance reviewer, guy's got a mortgage. He's got a wife. He's just looking to smell good. He's not here to peddle anything to you. He's got a day job. This is not his job. And not only that, the reason why I respect Chad so much is that he's done it for a very long time. And you can judge a person when they haven't moved an inch from who they are from the day I've met him to now. So everybody's asking me, who would you recommend to watch, things like that. Chad, Gentleman's Journey, 100% is someone I would recommend. He hasn't changed anything. Yes, he goes with the times, right? He's innovating his channel a bit, but still staying to his roots. So let's get Chad in here and let's all say hi to Chad. Let's get him in here. There he is.
Hey, Mark.
There he is.
Thank you for the intro. Yes, you are correct. I'm like the everyday man. I try to do my channel according to like the everyday man aspect. So, but 3 name changes over the 10 years. Oh, sorry, 11 years.
11 years, man.
Yeah, no, I came in as White Spirit Bear. That's an indigenous. Yeah, it's like a native indigenous name. And then I changed it to like the everyday man. Then I changed it to this since like 2015. So I kept it ever since.
Nice. Awesome. So I see you don't have your name on there as far as your channel name. So
no, just chat, sir.
That's fine. I'm just gonna give me a second here and I will put it in the chat, at least your name. A Gentleman's Journey. I think I put that right. Is there a plural? I think there's plural, eh? Gentleman's.
Yeah, it's a man, not men.
Oh, okay. And is there a gentleman?
No, it's just like one word, but there's no apostrophe. It's just a gentleman's, but
okay. All right, there you go. All right. So yeah, I don't know. You tell me what your channel's about. Was I a little spot on at least? And I'm gonna be, while you're talking, I'm gonna be making myself a drink here.
Absolutely, no, absolutely, no. I kind of stay true to myself. Like I'm a bus driver it'll be 20 years on Valentine's Day of this year coming up. Valentine's Day is when I started, 2005. So I've been doing that. So I've always had this. I've always been like a blue collar type of worker because I worked in like security, worked in warehousing before this. Even when I was back in my hometown, and that's like when I realized where you're from, like you're literally like down the road. I'm like, oh my God, Mark's like from that part because I thought you're from Quebec, right? So, but I've always stayed true to myself. I've always been about the working guy.
Yeah.
And my channel for the most part is about cheapies, but I have a few niche that's right next to me that I really do enjoy. But for the most part, I talk about just cheapies. Like my scent of the day today is Chrome Legend. So I'm working on a video with Sam Broom Fragrances.
Yeah.
But I'm also wearing a niche fragrance here, but it's an affordable niche. So I'm all about the affordability for the most part. Like I don't I like Creed. I got some Creed that's sitting right next to me, but I don't talk about like Roja Dove. I don't talk about Clive Christensen because even if I had the money to burn, it's just not part of my personality.
Right.
So I've always stayed true to myself. I've always been for like the working guy, right? Some people think that I'm too modest, and they're probably right on that, but it's just that's my personality. That's the way that I was grown up and raised, and a lot of people from where we're from are very much like that in some ways.
Yeah, and it's you and I, as far as our palates go, it could be as
Very different
as it could be. Yes.
Yes.
But I highly respect what you do. I love what you do.
Thank you.
And you put me onto some cheapies that turned out to be, I could definitely put them on eBay and sell them for $300, by the way.
Oh wow.
You know how it is, right?
Yeah. So like I'm wearing like on my arm here that you might like okay, so I will always be known as the Ferrari guy. Plain and simple.
Right.
But I'm like right now I'm really into Montal. So Montal is niche, but it's more affordable. But like so on this arm I'm wearing a Musk to Musk or something like that. It's different. It's different.
Well, yeah, Montal. Like I know that you've done a few Montals on your channel. So
yeah,
you're used to the Montal DNA, right? Like the rose oud.
I'm getting there. It's not one of my favorites, but like when it comes to like Montal, I like Soleil de Capri. What's the green tea one? I've reviewed it. Rush has a bottle. I like Arabian Tonka, which you thought it was a little bit too sweet. I get it.
That's a Baccarat Rouge kind of DNA.
And you know what? I've never been for the hype train for the most part, so I never smelled that one. Shame on me. But if something gets a lot of talk about, I kind of root for the underdog. So like I don't want something that's always hyped up, that's common. Yeah. That's why for the most part, like this used to be popular back in the day. Like when we started years ago, this got a lot of more mention. Now this is just kind of like people forget about
because it was new. It was new. That's the thing, right? Like look at my scent of the day.
See, that's a great one too. That's an oldie.
Still great. So pure malt. If nobody, this is actually my backup bottle. I have my first bottle way down there. I'm actually building my fall list, and it's in there. So surprise, surprise, it's still in there. And talking about that, like I haven't done a list in years, and it was since 2018 since I did a fall list. That was the last time I did it, and I just looked at the roster of my 2018, and I was building it this weekend, Chad, this morning actually, and I was looking at the bottles. I'm like, oh, there's not too many newbies on this list. It's kind of, I don't know, like my taste maybe has changed a bit. Like I used to go hard on designers, but I'm starting to notice that that's changed a bit.
And my tastes have changed a little bit as well. I like some of the more challenging stuff. Like I'm not an oud lover, but I can definitely appreciate like a good spicy woody type of fragrance because I've always been like fresh and clean and safe, right? So and that's like my personality. It's kind of boring and bland, and I'm fine with that. But okay. So one of the fragrances, I love this. This is mass appealing though. Valentino Uomo Intense. I love it. It's not challenging. Like this Montal, it's different. It's a lot of musk and it's a lot of oud. It's not bad, but it's really not for me. Like I don't have it's a little challenging. I don't really have a lot of fragrances like this in my collection though. And this is a decant, so.
You think Valentino's challenging? Oh man.
No. This is not challenging. This is mass appealing.
Oh, okay.
But it's not your freshy, clean type of fragrance, right?
Right.
And that's what I meant.
Right.
That's what I meant.
I got it. Okay.
Like this is challenging here, right? So.
Oh God. Put that away.
Okay, I'm just being a troll.
We don't want that on the Robezoid channel. We do not. Okay. Comment below if you want to see me reviewing that thing. I don't know. Show it again, Chad, so people know what you're showing. Chad is gracious enough to maybe we'll meet at some point. Yeah. what is that? Scentbros.com?
Yeah,
That's where you got it.
So the guy that I got it
decant?
from, yes, he's Instagram, and that's his Instagram handle, Scent Bros. So I ended up getting Rizagar Perfumes Attraction Fatale, and as well S Boy by Draco from him.
Oh, okay. So a little plug for Scent Bros.
Yeah, young man. Too.
Nice. And Visco here is said something really nice about Chad here. The amount of knowledge about cheapies I've gotten from his channel is unmatched. Literally introduced the community to Ferrari fragrances.
And Visco 100%. And Visco has been a long time watcher and supporter, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Talking about Ferrari and talking about, what brands you introduced to the community. I know you're known for Ferrari, but what other brands are the fancy Chad, basically? What's your taste?
So I used to be Ferragamo F Black. Remember I plugged that back in the day, 2015. Mm-hmm. I even plugged the Ferragamo luxury line, because when the first time that we met, when I came up there, we did the, oh my goodness, let me get it. If that's okay.
There he goes. We can take a look at the comments while we're at it. Let's see here. You know what? I do have to try Angelman Phantasm. Obviously don't have. I don't know. I don't know what to expect from Mugler now, but we'll see. Eventually, it will find its way. Just because I have to. Because I do. So
it was this one that we talked about the first time that we met. Ferragamo
yes.
White Mimosa.
Yes, yeah. I remember that. The Ferragamo. Those are pretty cheap at discounters now. They're under $100. I don't know how much they were retail.
Some of them, they do have like this brand as well. So this is the EDT. This is the EDP. Mm-hmm. They do have some of these. So this is, what is it? Terra Rosa. They do have a few from this line that's in the EDP concentration now. So I did that. Zegna for a little while, like for a short while. Ferrari for the longest. Same with Bond number 9, which is not exactly cheap, but
yep. Yeah.
By Bond number 9, but right now it's kind of like the Montal thing right now.
Montal, yeah. It's the Montal. I always, Montal and Mansetta, a good entry level niche brands.
Yeah, it is.
And they're affordable at discounters at the same time. And I said that in one of my videos that back in the day, Montal used to be side by side with L'Artisan Parfumeur, Serge Lutens at discounters for like $70, $80, $90 Canadian. And I remember back then, I'd go hard on the Artisan Serge Lutens, like I'd pluck them all. And I totally like ignored Montal, and it's the only one left standing now. Serge Lutens has, really pulled back. You could hardly find one for under $100 now.
Okay.
But then L'Artisan Parfumeur, I don't know what's going on over there.
I only have one from L'Artisan, and that's the amber one.
Ambre Extreme?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
I got a small bottle of it.
Oh, you know what? I should decant like the whole thing that I have. I have at least 2 dozen. It's a great brand. Great brand.
Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, I just got a small bottle of it. I'm more than happy with what I got.
That's the old school. I have that bottle too. Yeah, that's really old school. That bottle design is old school.
And like, even though like I'm more like of the mass appealing kind of tastes, I actually really enjoy this. Definitely like a lot of amber. I think there's some vanilla in it. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's not their best, but it does represent the brand pretty well.
I think it's their most popular one though.
No. Well, depending, like on sales, probably. Like their most popular one within the community, popular ones, Zing is big.
Okay.
T for 2 is huge. That one, obviously, yours truly hyped. Love T for 2. Like great for fall. You would love T for 2. It's so fallish, like
Okay.
tea, spicy,
Is
warm,
it like
comforting.
Northern Ontario type of fall, or is it like
Yeah, man.
okay?
Yeah. Like
I think it's
really,
something I would like.
like colors are like red, brown. Oh,
Okay,
it's it's
I'm
it's
sure I would like
it's
that.
it's one of the best tea, if not the best tea-based fragrance on the market. But Zing is animalic, so it might not be up your alley. You'd probably think it's kind of it's kind of based on the circus, so it's crazy, but it's amazing.
Because your tastes are so challenging, and because I see Dimitri in the comments. So Dimitri Y, he's from Marial. So I met up with him a couple years ago, or actually no, summer of last year. Was it BRT 2020? Is it BRT? It's like the skankiest oud. Like
Really.
rest his soul. Mickers would probably even gag at it, and he loved that stuff.
Oh man, that stuff, Oud Cuir d'Arabie is amazing personally for me. That one right there. You need to sniff that one from Montel.
Okay. Create what?
Oud Cuir d'Arabie.
Okay. I'll write that in my phone right now.
But it's animalic. Just letting you know. It's animalic leather.
Create Arabi.
Yeah.
Okay. It's in my phone, so I'll see if I can look into it.
It's one of their better releases, at least for my taste.
And our tastes are very polarizing, very different, very polarizing. Except for the one fragrance that you mentioned in your latest video, and you introduced to me, James Healy Ciel Marin.
Ooh,
that's a really good one.
In the game. Oh yeah.
I think I reviewed that one with Fragrance Bros back in the day. I think so.
Have you tried any other Heelys or just that one?
No, just that one.
Oh, we got to get you on Montfresh too, the mint one.
Okay, maybe that one, but I can't remember. But if I did, it was from you though.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to test a lot of stuff. we need to talk about that.
My place, like this room, and we only have this for like I'll spoil alert for everybody. My wife and I were only here for another year. We bought a house, so we will be moving. But like there's samples everywhere. You know,
oh yeah,
everywhere. So she asked like before she left, like when she comes back, can I get rid of at least one box in this room? And I'm like, okay. Because we have to start getting our place ready for the market, right?
Man, when I moved, it was like I have every single box of every single fragrance that I own. Just think about that. Like moving this fragrance room took a day.
But when she means box, she means an actual box. Like
yeah.
Like I'm looking at a box of, and you're gonna like shake your eye, like shake your head, roll your eyes. I got a box of Hollister fragrances right in the corner there. You know? Yeah, I ended up buying some just for like my nephew and his friends. So, and I also want to do like a smell right of the brand.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, Hollister. I remember back in the day. What was it? Which one? SoCal, I think. Was it SoCal?
They have a few. Like, there is one called SoCal, and I think there's one called NoCal. I'm not sure. So.
Yeah, so I think SoCal was the one back in the day, way back. I still have, I think, a bottle of it somewhere in here.
Well, just before our stream, I did like 4 YouTube shorts of different Hollister fragrances. So,
oh yeah,
yeah, just because I'm trying to get a few extra views, even though like there's no money in that. Like it's kind of funny how YouTube Shorts pays you like cents. So, and I'm fine with that. I don't really care for that.
How does that work actually? Because I don't do short. Like I hardly do shorts. Like I do one like once every like 4 months.
Well, so my son, Chad Jr., Chad Secrets. he's too good looking to be my son. So, but Chad told me that if I want to get a little bit more traction, then the shorts help out, because everybody's attention spans nowadays is a lot shorter than it used to be. So like you love the in-depth reviews.
Yeah.
And a lot of people they prefer like 5 minutes or less. So So if you can do one in under a minute, that's even better because everybody's so impatient, and we have the attention span of a squirrel nowadays. So
yeah, and I was told actually when you do shorts, like you can do a full length video, and the shorts won't overlap your current people because it's in a different section of YouTube.
That's what I was told from a few people as well. Like when it comes to all that algorithm stuff, and yeah, I do lists just to get a little bit of traction to my channel. Like the last 3 videos that I put out were all reviews though, but I do lists, and the whole algorithm stuff, see, like click-through rate, attention. I don't understand none of that stuff.
We're dinosaurs, bro.
We are one of the. There's only a few fossils left in this community since our time.
Yeah, it's changed quite a bit.
Oh yeah, I think all the old guys prefer the community of yesteryear. So
yeah, well, I think we'll get into that topic perhaps in this live stream. I guess we should get the ball moving. One of the reasons why I wanted you on the channel is it's been a while. I don't remember the last time you were on my channel, to be quite honest.
Last time I saw you was May of 2019.
So it's been a while.
Yeah.
And people ask me who to recommend, who's a trustworthy person on the YouTubes. And, my first thought was your track record, right? How long you've been. You're probably, if I'm looking through the Rolodex, I'm trying to think who's been here longer than you that is still active. I don't know. I don't think I can bring up a name.
There's one guy that you called out, but Steven. Steven's very active, but other than that, there's nobody.
Right. So yeah, that's why I wanted to have you on, and I'm hoping to do this more often with other people, and I hope to see you again on the channel. But I kind of wanted the people that are new to my channel and maybe new to you, maybe let them know a little bit more about yourself. And one thing that I'm really interested in fragrance reviewers is, your journey before YouTube. It's always interesting to see, who's your influence, your dad, maybe an uncle, your first fragrance that you maybe bought with your own money, what fragrance actually brought out some passion in you. When did you start maybe collecting? For me, it was just like one bottle at a time. I emptied out Swiss Army, then I moved on to Boss Bottle, emptied that out. Like I didn't have a collection. It was just one signature scent. Yeah. So if you can, like, let us know, like, when did this start for you?
Probably 94, 95. So when I was still living in Sudbury.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's down the road from you. My first fragrance ever was actually this one here, Polo Sport.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So this is the reformulated, because from what I remember, the blue top was all steel or metallic.
Okay.
So like
blue atomizer.
Yeah, like I still, like, even though like the longevity is not as good as what it used to be, I still enjoy this stuff. It's nostalgic, right?
So what's the main theme on that one? What does it smell like?
Very ozonic, aldehydic, citrusy, mint, ginger. There's like, how a lot of those 90s fragrances, they have like 20 different notes.
Yeah.
They threw everything in this. But from what I remember, it's got like mint, your typical citrus, aldehydes for sure. Apparently cyclamens in it, a few florals, but I don't get that. It's okay. I personally, I still enjoy it to this day. It is a little dated, don't get me wrong, but I'm also an older guy, so I'm gonna like a lot of the older stuff.
Right. And again, I started with Swiss Army, right? Like that's.
And I never had that when I was a kid. This was actually a gift from my dad. So my first fragrance ever was this. Okay. But my childhood best friend, he would experiment with Brut, Stetson. Sometimes he would mix it together.
Oh no.
Exactly.
Early layering.
Yes, but I had Aspen in my collection.
Okay.
The-
Yeah.
My dad gave me that. I can't. That's pretty much like the only two that I remember. Aspen
Okay.
and this. I'm sure. No, I did have Stetson. So,
Okay.
but when it came to like grown man fragrances, I would
Yeah.
say that Chanel Allure, Chanel Platinum Egoist. My dad gave me that.
Okay.
So he gave me
Wow.
that back in 2011. Um, I never really was into a lot of fragrances back then. I liked my stuff, but I wasn't into like the Eternities, the JPG, Le Mans, the Hugo Boss bottled, like a lot of the stuff back then. I just really wasn't into. And then
Right.
like I put on like a ton of weight. Like I'm still a big guy, but I lost 25 pounds in the last year, so still got to lose a lot more. But um,
Congrats.
thank you. But like from 2006, I'll get back to that in a second. But 2006, I bought what is it, Beckham Signature.
Ooh, classic.
Yeah. So remember, you've been to Sudbury before, so you remember the old Sudbury Center with Sears?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I bought it there, and then I put on all this weight from like '05 to like 2008 because I became a bus driver. And then I just lost like over 100 pounds, right? And kept it off for a couple of years. But I got really, remember how skinny I was when I first started doing this?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was a little too thin back then. So, but because I lost all this weight, I needed a new wardrobe. And I did not know about the online Fred. Like I didn't know about Fredcom. And I YouTube men's style and Cubby,
Okay.
Chris
Oh
Formosa
yeah. Yeah.
popped up, and then I discovered him, you, Swiftcraft, um, other people out there. So then
Damn.
I got deep down this rabbit hole.
Hmm.
So
So
then
what made you start your channel then?
well, I was with my wife Neela was just my friend back then, and I was kind of going through like my metrosexual kind of phase because I lost all this weight and I was like like a lot more stylish back then. Yeah, I know the whole head bit, but whenever and you met my wife, so she likes to
Hmm.
dress up and stuff like that, and so we decided like we would go to like the Bay and Holt Renfrew, and a lot of these places would kind of like push the product,
Yeah,
and they would
well, of
say, well,
course.
this has like bergamot when it would have like lemon, not bergamot, and it would have like this has coriander when it would have like cinnamon or nutmeg.
Yeah.
So I started my channel because of my wife.
Okay. Oh, okay. So
So I still don't know a lot about tech. So like the algorithms, all this YouTube jargon. I just That's why my channel is also pretty basic. So there's not a lot of visuals, cuts, and all that. I just don't know how to do that stuff. But my wife was like I would use her MacBook back then, and then she would like upload it for me. And then I
okay.
just learned all this stuff, like the basics, and yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. And who were you watching back then? Did you
I would
watch a reviewer like
Oh dude,
almost like every day or something like that?
I would watch hours. I would
Okay.
watch every single video that you would put on. I'm not ass kissing there. Maybe a little bit, just maybe a little bit. Duck,
Yep.
City Messiah. Like these are names that you probably haven't heard of in a while.
No.
Frunkinator, geez Louise.
Ah.
So I said Tim Swefkoff. There was George Fortinus, I think is that his name?
Yeah. 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 Yeah, from Greece.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I got a window open of all these names. Like Patrick Youngblood, Kirill, Ray-Bans. Like I would watch all these guys for hours. And then
Yeah.
I would go to the department store and just try them out if they sold them.
So, yeah, like when I first started, I used to watch everybody, obviously.
Yeah.
And then obviously it just ballooned that you can't, I was trying to, uplift people and comment and watch. I was a true like fragrance nerd, basically, like what Ramsey says, right?
Can you highlight Jared Wilson? Last comment.
Sorry?
Can you
I
highlight
don't.
Jared Wilson? Last comment. That's another name.
I am at the start of the chat. I don't even know.
Okay, Little Angry. Little Angry.
Okay, let me check the YouTube. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, Little Angry. I remember him. Yeah. So now we're fast forwarding to now. Do you delve into content anymore, like as a fragrance reviewer?
Not really. Like there's a few people that I'm subscribed to, not many.
Yeah.
So it's just I know where I'm at in my journey. And I think because of where I'm at and how I've seen the community change for the worse, but also at the same time for the better, I just prefer the community of yesteryear. So I was a lot more close knit back in the day, but a lot of the people nowadays I don't follow. Like the channels that I'm subscribed to off by hand, TLTG, Adolescence, Chad Secrets. Oh my lord. Sense of Style. His name is Stuart. He actually lives in the Niagara Falls area. 411 Fragrance. He lives in North Toronto. He's a small channel. He's got like I think 700 subscribers. He might have a little bit more, but there's really not a whole lot of people.
Yeah. I obviously subscribe to everybody, but it's just
I've unsubscribed from almost everybody.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm the kind of guy, I don't know, like maybe I don't know if that's weird of me, but I like to have a pulse in the community and just see what's going on. Like I see that's the thing that may annoy some people. To me, I just flip through it. But like when everybody gets a free bottle, you see the exact same bottle at the exact, like this guy uploaded at 9 a.m. 10:30 is the exact same bottle, same review. You see it and you're just like, oh
no, exactly. Like I can go through my feed right now. Like I'm subscribed to more people. So Studio Sense, Tommy, he's a really good guy. But I'm subscribed to a lot of the old channels like Ash 4245, Brandon, Cutlass Supreme SL.
Yeah, I'm still subscribed to all those old school.
Coach Rob 619, Drac Doc. Like I'm looking at all these now. Like Fragrance Community, they have a channel. Gentleman's Corner, Rizzo, that's his name. Yeah. Greggy Boy, that's another name that I'm still subscribed to. But for the most part, a lot of the larger channels, no, I'm not.
Should probably go through some of these comments. Rich Mitch is asking me about Amsterdam. Rich has been asking me about the Amsterdam fragrance review probably for 10 years. It's been that long. I don't know. I go ahead.
And Rich is a guy who's all about the art. So I respect that.
Yeah. You know what? Like it was in development. I think I've already told them that, but I've been kind of away from the whole fragrance reviewing. Like I do obviously pinpoint certain fragrances and do like unboxing, sampling and all that, but I don't call them fragrance reviews, and I haven't done a fragrance review in years, but maybe at some point. I am the free bottle brigade. Sure.
Do you ever get free bottles though?
Well, Jeremy sent me some.
He sent me some too.
That was probably the most notable one when we were on speaking terms until he wanted to.
Until he went the route that he's currently at, which we're not.
Well, yeah. Well, no, he wanted to sue me on my Fragrance Guru Nation on Facebook. Somebody didn't like his fragrance or something, and he didn't like that. He sent me actually a video in the chat.
Oh, you know what?
To sue me, and I was like, "Go ahead."
Yeah, exactly. I did a spoof parody of him a couple weeks ago. He's probably not sue me there.
Yeah, that was pretty much the end between being obviously. I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I looked at it. I'm like, "Okay, maybe somebody's saying something like really vulgar," and I'll be like, "Sure, I'll take it down." But they're just expressing their opinion, and others were jumping on it, obviously, but I'm not here to censor anything. So anyway, that didn't go well. Taste of fragrance. Amen. That is an excellent scent of the day. That has a chili pepper note in it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love that one.
It's unfortunate that the entire line got axed.
L'Oreal, huh? We got some PDM love. Perfect. We got Ramsey in the chat. Ramsey and I do have a video, a live stream that is due. He is sending me, he sent me some decants, and we're gonna do like a live sniffing and all that. Someone's asking about Boadicea. Boadicea, I will be tackling some more. I tackled a few recently, but yeah. Am I up to 1,500? Oh, I'm well past 1,500. Well past. I don't know if you can look behind me, but that is just curio cabinets are actually full now. Especially with this Fragflex stuff. They sent me like hundreds of bottles. I can't even keep up. I'm gonna have to. I've never sold a bottle. I might have to start giving some away or something. I don't know what Dusan is trying to say here. SM, where's your N? Don't know what that means. Hi, Mia. 2 favorites. Chad. She loves pure malt.
Pure malt's a good one too. I think a lot of the stuff from Mugler is pretty good.
Yeah. Maltal has good performing. Yeah. Why have fragrances become so expensive recently, Chad?
I think it's called capitalism. I think a lot of companies are getting greedy. Like, look at what is it? Is it? No, it's not YSL, is it? They did the K elixir. No,
K is Dolce Gabbana.
Oh no, okay, right. Yves Saint Laurent.
Why?
Yeah, they got what that elixir one. Y elixir,
Sure.
like that's like $200 or more.
Well,
That's insane.
Aren't all the elixirs are $200? Like,
Well,
even the Hugo Boss one is like 180, 190.
Yeah, it's getting up there too. So I went to Niche Essence, which is a store that you would like if you were to come down here. And there's an etiquette, which is I don't know what mall it's at, but apparently so Chad Secrets, he went there last week when we met up. It's a quiet area, but when I went to Niche Essence at Bayview Village, they, like I said, I'm more into the designers. There's like, well, a lot of the designers are becoming more expensive. A lot of the niche are pretty much kind of staying at where they are. I don't know if that's true or not, because I'm not a big niche guy, even though I have a few right here. But yeah, it's getting out of hand.
Yeah, honestly, I have a pulse on the niche realm, and yes, they're all climbing up. Like, some are slowly, they do increments, like almost it's almost like clockwork. Every like 3 months, 6 months, Chanel, their exclusive line goes up a few, $30, something like that, keeps going up. Tom Ford, like those 50 mils, they used to be like high twos in Canada.
Yeah,
they're in the 4s now.
I know.
4s.
And he reformulate them, or the fragrances themselves get reformulated?
Yeah, well, the brand, yeah. Well, some of them have been, like Tuscan Leather, Tobacco Vanille. They've been here since the early 2000s. It's going to get hit with reformulations, unfortunately. Oud Wood, right? They're real top sellers. But unfortunately, when you have 20 plus years on the market, it's going to get hit with, some sort of regulation that something has been banned and they have to rejig it. And, something like a Tobacco Vanille, you're not going to pull that off the market. That is your money maker. So you're going to have to go ahead.
No, you go ahead first.
Basically they have to reformulate it because it's worth so much to them. It's their money maker. So you can't pull it off the market. Like, it's easy to discontinue something that doesn't really sell that well. Yeah. But your Oud Wood, Tuscan Leather, Tobacco Vanille, that's your money maker for the private blend. Everything else is rotational, right? Seasonal. So
you were talking about Tom Ford just now. I ended up giving my dad a pretty decent sized decant of Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. Yep. He loved it on camera, and then he started wearing it in private. He's like, "Oh, this stuff still smells like shit."
Oh,
So
triggered.
my stepmother ended up getting him because I did a video with my stepmother on best Tom Ford fragrances. This is like probably 6 years ago. And I think it was Tom Ford Sol di Positano that came out as the winner, and she ended up buying a bottle for him. But he's like, it only lasts like 4 hours. I'm like, yeah, I know, Dad.
That is a random winner.
My dad likes the freshies, right? But for some reason, he liked the Tobacco Vanille at the time.
Yeah.
Then he started wearing it to work, which was
too dark.
Volunteering on a farm. I'm like, Dad, you got horse manure shit, barnyard, and Tobacco Vanille. I don't think it's gonna go very well.
No. Hey, you know what? Tom Ford, unfortunately with the price, they've priced themselves out, but it was a brand that I felt personally is a great, I know it's a designer brand, but a great entry level into niche because it's very designer-ish. Like tobacco, once you get into it, Tobacco Vanille, Oud Wood, they're very pleasant, at least to me. Tuscan leather, they're very pleasant and easy to wear. To some people, they're robust and hardcore, but it was a brand that I felt. They do stuff like this. Where is it? I have it somewhere beside me actually because it's going to make my top 20. This is Noir Anthracite.
Okay, so that's got like the pencil shaving vibe, I think.
Dude, this thing is nuts.
Yeah, and it's good stuff. Like, see, I surprisingly like stuff like that though.
No, this is earthy, like soil.
Okay, then there's another. I think there's another one that they have that has that pencil shaving vibe, like the old Gucci put on. I might be getting it completely wrong right now. I don't know.
It might be Tom Ford for men, just the original. It comes in a bottle that looks like this. This is the extreme version, but
okay. See, is that what is that the chocolate one?
No, this is extreme. This is crazy.
Because there was one. It was hyped, but like back in like 2014, 2015. I think
the chat might know.
Remember Lupe Experience?
Yeah, but he worked for Tom Ford.
Yeah, but he plugged the shit out of that.
He plugged a lot of Tom Fords.
Yeah, I know, and I know he worked for Tom Ford, but it was in that shaped bottle. I forgot the name of it. Noir de Noir. Yes, that's it.
Oh, Noir de Noir. That's a rose-based scent.
Okay, it was like a chocolatey rose, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, chocolatey rose. Yeah. It's a good one. Oh, we're in the chat where we were talking about L'Artisan Timbuktu is pretty popular. Yeah, it is pretty good. Timbuktu's Wisdom in a Bottle. Yeah. Recommendation for a close second. Have you smelled Gucci Put 'em too?
I got it. I got a bottle.
Oh, keep that.
Yes, I know. It's expensive now. I think I got it for about $120.
I got it for like 30.
I know back then, even like Gucci Guilty. No, sorry, not Gucci Guilty. Gucci Put 'em 1. That was going for.
I got that one for 30.
I remember. I'm an old man in this community. I remember you having that on your channel. I hated it when it but now I like it because it does have like a Bentley for Men Absolute vibe.
Well, there you go. That's a recommendation, right? That's a close
If you can get it for a good price, yes.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a great tea-based fragrance, like tea, tobacco. I forget what else is on there. Am I allowed to swear on your channel?
No, I'm monetizing this. Absolutely not.
How about no.
That works.
Okay.
Ovisco has a great comment there. You are the authority on collabs in the community. You are absolutely the authority.
I don't collab. I don't collab a lot anymore. So I'm doing this one with Sam Broom Fragrances.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I used to do nothing but collabs. I kind of felt like my channel was like a little bit of like a community. I was a lot more into the community back then. And now I just kind of do myself, but I still do a lot of collaborations with, like, when it comes to creator wise, Chad Secrets. But I have other people on my channel who's not a creator, such as Rush. Rush is a regular guest on my channel. So,
right. Came across.
But yeah, like I've done a lot of collaborations. I've met over, I think out of all the creators from past, present, like just to now, I think I met up with the most. I met up with over 50 people.
That sounds low.
You would think, right? But that's a lot, though. And a lot of these people are no longer around. Some are, but a lot of these people I don't really talk to anymore.
By the way, it's not Sunday. Could it be Sunday in another country?
Yeah.
1 p.m. here?
Yeah, if it's like
Could be.
if it's in like the middle, like you have like the French Polynesia. Same with
Paige. It's Saturday here in New York, buddy. It's a little aggressive, Paige.
Yeah, he lives in Buffalo.
Versace Man. Yeah, that's a great one.
Okay, so I'm doing a collaboration. That's the old one, right?
Yeah, that's the one that looks like Autriche. But
Oh,
Versace Man
no, okay,
Autriche.
yeah, that's the purple one. I'm thinking of Versace L'Homme.
My bottle's over there. I don't feel like walking all over it.
You did Versace L'Homme very recently.
L'Homme, yes.
Okay, so I'm doing a collaboration with Scentland's another channel that I am subscribed to. So hold on.
The Land of Scent?
Yeah. So I don't take my channel seriously at all, right? So like I got like shit like this, like gaudy shirts. Like
that's
my
a Gucci.
wife,
that's Versace. That gold ones are Versace. I could see the tag, bro. You take it seriously.
This is all like Marshall's shit, like $20 shirts, right? But like I even got one, like it's in the bedroom, but like my wife hates it when I
I love it.
Buy this stuff. And like even just to piss her off, I'll wear it for the sake of I'll just walk in the room and pretend I'm like nothing's going on.
You need a big chain.
Well,
yes, I have one.
Yes, I do have one. But you know what? Like, okay, I'm not a baseball fan, but my wife is a diehard Blue Jays fan. You know how like a lot of the teams, they got like the plastic gold chains with like the medallion of the team.
Mm-hmm.
I got one of those.
Yeah. But we need you to have like a Miami like
that I don't have. Sometimes
that's
like when I do the spoofs, and because like I said, I don't take my channel seriously, right? When I do the spoofs, I will sometimes use my wife's jewelry. So like as an example, that's a spoof. Top 5 All American fragrance. Making fun of myself. Roasting Fragcom.
It's a good face.
Of course. Oh yeah, that's one, huh? That's a face. Like
that is a face.
Like my sense of humor is dad-like, but it's also because of my job, it's kind of a-hole-ish, can be.
Yep.
So I don't mind throwing shade, and I think that's another reason why that you and we get along, because like we also bust each other's balls.
It is what it is, right? It's not. I'm not gonna go cry in a corner.
Like yesterday when I was at work, like it was a pretty shitty day when because it was just so busy, right? I was telling you what this route's like before we went online, but there was some over-the-top religious people just outside the bus terminal, and they can't come on the property, but they have their giant banners about how Jesus loves you, and they got their music. And I come out of the like the little office, and they're like, hallelujah, hallelujah. And I took a video and I sent my wife, and I go, hallelujah, it's Friday. And I sent that to my wife when she was actually having dinner with a friend. So
of course. So we got a question here. Wags Bass is asking, what's your favorite summer citrus?
That is hard to narrow it down. Right now, I would probably have to be, because it's available, Dunhill's Amalfi Citrus.
Ooh, I own that one.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. It's got a Neroli Portofino vibe.
Exactly.
Brighter.
It has like a Ferrari bright see, for a Ferrari guy, I'm having a brain fart. I'm forgetting the name. Bright Neroli, that's it. Check. So like I have like almost every fragrance from the Dunhill lineup, right? And I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they are fantastic. And for the price tag,
yeah, I own 3. give or take. They're a really good price, like 115 Canadian at, worst. At best, they're like 90, 80 at a discounter. So sometimes I throw them in a haul. But
I've got them as low as $75.
geez, but they're the ones I've smelt are pretty good. Like that one personally, for me, it's kind of redundant. It does have brighter
Yes.
citruses up top, so I like that.
And once you've smelt that DNA, you smelt it in others.
Yeah, like I smelt it like this summer. I unboxed like no joke, like 7 Neroli Portofino type scents, and I'm just like, oh my god, like when is this gonna stop? They're all Neroli. Street Scents is actually a good name to name out, Mr. Al. He comes back once in a while. Like I feel like I haven't seen Al in a while. I should go check out that channel, see if he's because it's been a while since I've spoken to Al.
Another good one that I like, but it's not unique is and it's a little bougie, but it's the how the Dolce & Gabbana have their own private line.
They do, yeah.
I think it's Velvet Bergamot or something like that.
Yep, yeah, they have. I want to discover that line. Like I have, what do I have? An amber one. I think I have it around here actually. Funny enough, talking about it, it's handy. That's the amber one.
Okay.
Amber Sun, I think.
Oh, I heard so many good. So
this is good. This is Amber Absolute. Kind of.
I was supposed to do a collab with Fragmental years ago on my channel, but he says no. Let me just do like a video for your channel. It's like a channel hijack. So I was looking for a decant for myself, and I'm hearing from so many people, if you can get a decant, just get the bottle because it's so good.
Mm-hmm. Amber Sun's good, but it smells like Amber Absolute. We're referencing a lot of Tom Fords, which, it just goes to show you how much it's an entry-level niche brand that's very popular. Neroli Portofino, right? There's stuff that smells like that. And here it is, Amber Absolute, super Tuscan leather, right? Super gets cloned and all that.
I'm looking at my collection. I think I only have 2 Tom Fords, the Gray Vetiver, the EDT. And it's the
excellent.
I'm getting old here. My eyes are Mandarino di Amalfi Aqua. Yeah, that's it.
Don't injure yourself, okay?
I know. Hey, listen, I'm getting at that age, dude. Like I'm at that age where I have to do it like this instead of like this. So like
you're like, well, what's going on? Have you smelled a lot of like private blends?
Yes,
or no?
Like a fair bit, but I haven't been to like we have the mall right across the street where there's a Holt Renfrew. I haven't. I don't go out much. Like I'm more of a homebody because of the job nowadays.
Yeah.
So, but I used to go out all the time. Like the one that I really want to smell, but I think it's been axed is the Cypress one. Tom Ford.
Cypress. I'm drawing a blank. Chat, help. Italian Cypress, that one?
That's it, yes. I wanted to try that one because I heard some really good things.
I think I have that one. Like I'm getting old now. Like I should know what's in my collection. I think I have that.
And I'm experienced the same brain fog at my age. So
I'm hitting my 40s, Chad.
Yeah, well, wait till you get to my age.
I used to be like this with memory.
Yeah, same here.
What's going on? Man.
Is Rush lurking in the comments?
I haven't seen him yet.
He told me he was going to be watching.
Okay. Maybe not saying anything. What's my opinion on Gucci Put On 2? I have it here. It's on the floor because I'm making a list.
He's online. I'm looking at Messenger. The green light's there.
I love this thing.
I love that one too. But mine's
the bottle's gorgeous. That's amazing.
But mine's a 30 ml. I think it's a 30, maybe a 50 ml tops. No.
Beautiful. Hey, William's back. Free Bottle Brigade.
Last free bottle I got from an influencer. You heard of Alpha M?
Alpha
Air
Oh,
Marine. Oh, hey, like he's all like hyper energy, like.
yeah.
Yeah, I got a fragrance from his brand, and it's like, it's okay.
They spam the crap out of my email.
Yes, like because I used to get Tish Hanley, and now like I keep hitting the unsubscribe button, and I sometimes email them and dude, stop, and yeah, it's an issue.
Here's some big names right here: Frank, Hero, JR.
Frunkinator is. I was actually talking with Draft Duck when I met up with him back in February. So
Yeah.
I asked him about Frunk. Frunk is retired from what he was doing before, but I think he's a professor now. JR, GR, we know what happened with him. So
we all know.
And Hero is actually local. I don't know what he's up to though.
You know what? Like the early fragrance community was very much Canadian.
Yes, like because he also had Vitor.
We were a good. At some point, we were about 70% of the community. The whole community was Canadian.
Well,
yeah, Cubby.
Yep, Vitor, you,
Vitor, myself.
There was another French guy from Montreal, but he was like, I think he was Russian descent. Good looking guy, blonde hair.
Yeah. There was a lot. There was only like a handful of us, right? This is like when there was like probably 12 fragrance reviewers. But yeah, a huge Canadian impact in the fragrance community when it first started. Are you going to dance, by the way?
What do you mean by dance?
Well, I don't know. The sanity machine is asking.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like, so I left a comment on like the one video that went like kind of like viral.
Yeah.
And some of the replies are like, "Oh, you rub elbows with some of these slime balls," It's like, so I don't know if it's about that or if it's like,
Well, if you don't mind, you can let us know what you think of the current fragrance community. Obviously, no names, Chad, no names, but you can give your thoughts if you wish to do so. You're in it, you have an opinion.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like the modern day fragcom just because it's become too much of an influencer culture. Like even though I am friends with some of them, but most people I don't talk to anymore because a lot of the friendships that I thought were friendships, like in looking back, it was always a one-way friendship. It was always me reaching out because I'm that type of guy, right? I'm about the community. I'm about meeting up with people. But like when I would reach out to people, sometimes if I say, "Hey man, it's been a little while, just want to say hi," they'll like leave like a thumbs up or a heart, like instead of saying, "Hey man, I'm doing good, hopefully you're doing well," they'll just like leave a comment, like, sorry, they were, how you like you can like
the actual comment. Yeah,
just that, so I kind of like, okay, well, I noticed changes after I went to Scent Explore back in 2022. That's when things started opening up. Like I started noticing things more. So in Scent Explorer was a good experience. I think it's something that you would like just because of the fragrance aspect, but it really is an influencers meetup, and I didn't really like that aspect because, like, yes, I was rubbing elbows and I was friendly with everybody, but like when I took a step back last year, no one reached out or anything like that, and I've talked to smaller channels who went and they kind of felt the same way. So, and I don't want to mention names because, a lot of these people, and here's the thing, right? We all get caught up in our own lives, like we're all busy with our own stuff. But when it was always one way, it kind of felt like, all right, so it's not really a friendship. So that's why, like, I can go to New York City and only meet up with like 2 people. I can meet up with like Joe Anthony and Steve, but like I can go to other places, and if I know that there's like 5 people there, I just won't let them know I'm in town.
Right.
So
you think as far as community goes, like
it's not really
like our thought of a community and the way that I sense it, like for me, it's sharing and ideas and partnership, and and I mean by partnership, not partnership with brands. I mean like like myself and you and others, we used to have like a community box
Yeah.
fragrance reviewers that had a community box of like, I mean, probably 50 to 100 decants samples that would go from one fragrance reviewer to another. You'd snuff and add some to the box and share it around. And
I
those are
remember.
things that, those are things that is community. That's community. And
Yeah.
things like shout outs, right?
Yeah.
And I like
You
things
don't
like
see,
I'm doing right now with you is like kind of like a shout out. Not that you need it, but those things are dead now. The only real collaboration is, oh, I got a new product coming out. Can you
and you
come
see it
and
amongst like and that's another reason why that I kind of realized, okay, a lot of this stuff doesn't feel as genuine, because I would see a lot of and it's no shade at the larger channels. It really ain't. But I would see them interact with them like each other online. And then when you like leave a comment, it's like goes on deaf ears type of thing, right? So a
yeah,
lot of people got my number, but it was always me reaching out. So I got tired of it. Like I will admit I'm a sensitive guy. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I think everybody knows that I could be a little emotional. So, but I'm just it just kind of realized, oh, okay, so it is what it is. But like when it comes to like the old guys, besides you, the only old guy that I'm talking to, and Steven, but let's say guys that are gone,
yeah,
is Vitor. Remember Vitor?
yeah, yeah.
He and I like he's still out in Vancouver. Like I got his number, and I still reach out. Like he'll reach out to me. He's like, just thinking of you, and vice versa.
You know
And
what? He does the same to me, actually. He sends me stuff sometimes. Once in a
yeah,
while, we talk.
yeah. Like, and sometimes when we talk, it kind of gets into like politics, and then we have to remember, okay, because we have different views, but at
Yeah.
the same time, we have some of the similar views. But you know how you never talk about religion and politics, so that's
Yeah. No, yeah. Echo chamber.
that. Well, that yes.
Y'all make me want to do videos again.
But and when I watched your stream with Ramsey, and is that his real name, Ramsey?
Yeah.
Okay. He made a really good point. Is like there still is that community aspect. It's just unfortunately you have to really dig down. You have to go through all the muck to get to like like because like there are still those channels that is all about like the artistry that want like the super expensive stuff, maybe like just the cheap stuff. It's just it's unfortunate that you have to weed out through all the sales stuff, right?
Yeah. It seems like it's the community as we know it's dead, obviously,
No,
but
and it won't come back. It won't come.
it's small pools now, and it's kind of like this community here does this certain thing. This community here, like there's things like vintage group. There's going to be a group of vintage heads. There's going to be a group of cheapy heads. There's going to be a group of people that like longer fragrance reviews like me, that will follow and be kind of like that little group. And then there's the influencer group that do their own thing. However, right now and that was a reason why I did the video a little bit. It feels a little top heavy and in the community, and I mean like there's a lot of spotlight on the same type of content creator that do the exact same thing.
Unfortunately, that is what feeds the algorithm, and that's an issue itself. Is the algorithm, right? YouTube is a platform. It's all about engagement, attention span. So I understand where they are coming from, because like I do what I want. That's a reason why that I may not have the same success as other people, but I also listen. I'm at an age where I'm not gonna. Even if I was single, I would not get young girls showing their cleavage. That shows. It's like old guy trying to be young again. So I just can't do that. I don't talk about the latest releases, and when I do, it's decants because I don't have that type of cash to just buy and buy, try to keep up with the Joneses. I don't do endless lists, even though I do lists. I do every now and then I'll do a sexy list, but it's a just to get a few extra eyeballs, and like the thumbnails are super cringy. Like, like I do like shit like that. It's just because I know I'm cringe, but I own it. I use it to my advantage, if there is much of an advantage. But
Yeah.
all the social media aspect, I don't understand. I am not even on social media. I took everything down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like the only
No.
when it comes to Instagram, the only channels that I'm like, or accounts that I'm following is dogs. I think my wife will send me stuff about beagles because I'm like the crazy cat lady when it comes to beagles.
Well, the clone thing took over because the designer brands decided to hike up their pricing to almost double of what they used to be. So when you used to find a Jean-Paul Gaultier for $100, when it went to a discounter for like $60 after a few months, now you're looking at $180 for a Jean-Paul Gaultier fragrance, which is definitely not worth it. And then at discounters, they are at that price. They're like maybe a couple bucks cheaper, and they don't go down under $100 now.
No, you're
so,
not wrong.
Yeah, and you're paying for basically sugar water. And I'm a fan. I'm a Lamal guy. But when you start
I remember.
Yeah, I still am. Like, I'm a big fan of Lamal, but when you're looking at Lamal elixir, all these elixirs, you do realize that that's just a word, and they are upping the price $20, $30, $40 more.
There's always like the different trends in fragrances, like not the community, but as in fragrances. So when I came in, it was all about sport.
Yeah, I remember that. Sport, intense.
Then it was oud. Then you have like later on, you have like parfum, eau de parfum, intense. And if anybody's wondering why we say parfum, is because that's just the French Canadian pronunciation.
Oh, I've been wrong for years, Chad.
Well, apparently so have I. Mon français, ça fait c'est la merde. Okay, so like my French is your first language is French, mine is English, and like I remember on Ramsey's stream, you said that your mom would speak French to you, and if you answered in English, she wouldn't.
She wouldn't answer me. She wouldn't even talk.
My mom is like, when she would speak English, like she'd have the accent and everything, like not like as thick as this, but like being from Timmins, there's a lot of French, like a lot of francophones up there.
Yeah.
But I would answer in English because at the time, and I was young and dumb, I thought it was a useless language, right? But now I kind of I'm matured, not a whole lot, but you realize, it's a good language to have. But M. Houston made a great comment about how the community's at. TikTok was terrible for Fragcom.
Yeah, they're starting to spill here into YouTube. I see these TikTokers, and I'm on TikTok, and I could see, Jeremy Fragrance is their hero, unfortunately. So you're seeing a lot of his cringe stuff spilling through them. So they're spraying themselves.
I don't know what the hell happened to that guy. Well, I do know. I just don't want to put it on camera.
But yeah, that TikTok, and unfortunately, and I can see it, that some of the top hits here on YouTube are seeing the trend. Like I just saw like a couple of them are adding TikToks. Like I just, I was trying to support Red Essence. He just started a TikTok. He has like 10 times the videos that I have on there. So he's uploading like 8 videos a day, which granted, whatever. Yeah. They're all top 10s. And I'm like, I even wrote to him. I wrote him. I'm like, hey, are you going to do something a little different there on TikTok? Yeah, I know what you're doing.
And that's what feeds the algorithm. So I could understand that aspect. But like some of the TikTokers, when they come to YouTube, it's like, there's one young man he's Canadian. I don't want to mention name. I'll mention his name, but it's not a dig. It's the Cologne boy. I think he's from Winnipeg. I think he's Indian, and he's got the glasses.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, TikToker.
Yeah. So like, and that kid is, I don't know if he is rich or what, but he's got all the expensive stuff, And
it's You want to know, Chad, what these TikTokers do?
It's Free Bottle Brigade.
No. You can easily buy views and subscribers on TikTok. Like I could spend a couple $100 and I'd be one of the bigger TikTokers on there. And that's how you get yourself established in there. It's way more prevalent in TikTok than it is on YouTube. YouTube, it's done. Like I could name you all the fragrance reviewers that have bought because I'm on the pulse.
I think we know.
Right. You know, and unfortunately on TikTok, these kids, they're the marketing teams for these brands. They don't understand social media like we do. I'm putting you in there, but you're probably like, I don't understand social media at all. But it's they're looking at the numbers and their bot numbers. With time, they've gotten themselves some people. Obviously, that's how you do it. Like a guy like Fragrance Lawyer here on YouTube, he's got 500K. He just popped up. He's got 500K subscribers. It's bot. He's a lawyer. Sure. Okay. You got a lot of money, right? You have money, $10,000 to spend on a YouTube channel, apparently, to get 500K subscribers. Unfortunately, your wallet did not go with your comment section. So you have to spend, if you're going to spend 10 grand on getting your channel subscriber base up, you need to spend another 10 grand to get the likes on every video and another 10 grand to get bots to comment. So
I feel like my channel is getting flooded with bots and I don't know why. And maybe you've been getting the same thing because I talked to Chad Secrets about it and he's been getting it a lot as well. It's on one particular video. I think it's like Bulgaria put up. It's a video I did with Rush a couple years ago. And I get the most random, I can get like, so the name that you have highlighted there in down here, the comments, you can have that name. You can have Scent of the Day, Ocean, Hedonist. Like it's just the most random names ever. And I'll have like I'll wake up and I'll have like 10. I have to report them as spam. I don't know if those what the hell is going on.
Well, yeah, some of these things sometimes have like keywords or something you put into the hashtags or something that they will target certain videos. But I wouldn't be too worried about it. But it doesn't really affect you. You're not going to get like a strike or anything. The worst YouTube's going to do on that, because it's not from you, is that person or that account is going to get closed and that comment's going to leave your channel, which is not a big deal for you. So it's actually doing the work for you. So I wouldn't be personally too worried about that. But you can continue to do what you want to do, but it's just something that triggers it basically. So let's have you delved into Amouage? Let's delve into this comment that's been here for like 10 minutes here.
Last time I did 3 Amouage videos, and that was when I first started.
Yeah.
So that was back in 2013, maybe like the winter of 2014. I don't know if you remember a guy. He's not a reviewer, but maybe the name is Sebastien Leduc.
No.
Okay, he's originally from He's originally from Quebec, but he's here in Toronto now. Like if you think you're French, this guy is hardcore frogger. Like when he speaks English, it's you got the accent and everything. So we were actually supposed to meet today, believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
We were, but no, was it? No, it was sorry. It was last week or something. I can't remember, but we were scheduled. He was going through his fragrance phase, and he got like Lyric Man. Here, let me just see if I could pull it up. So it was Lyric Man, Memoir Man, and Epic Man.
Ooh, that's a good lineup.
That's the only 3 I touched, and they were all.
What are your thoughts?
It was very ladylike, I find. Mind you,
Lyric, yes.
So Lyric was the rose one, right?
Correct.
Memoir, I don't remember, and same with Epic.
Very dark, like both of them dark fragrances, incense.
And that was
Memoir's got some green. Oh, okay, so it's been a while.
Yes. So and because of the price tag, that's another reason why I kind of like avoided them, because they are very expensive.
They are.
I'm sure they're available at the Holt Renfrew boutique across the street. What's going on, Maximilian Huser? It's been a long time since he's been around. He's an old guy too.
I saw that name. Yeah, he's awesome. I love
He does his own thing, and I respect that because I pretty much do. I pretty much do my own thing, and I don't really interact with the community like I once did.
Well,
Max?
I guess I guess I could answer the Emouage. My top two would have to be currently Jubilation has to be up there. I don't know, like I feel like that would be a brand that I want to bring to you, but I don't think you'd like them.
Well, okay, I remember you were talking about Jubilation. What is it? 40? I'm looking at the comments here.
Jubilation 40 is a different concentration of 25.
But you did a 30 or 40-minute review.
That was on 25. That was the initial one. That was, that was a marathon.
I think I smelled that one because of you, though. And I think it was when I went up there.
That's a dish of food fragrance, and it's absolutely stunning. So that's always been number one. It's been firmly number one for 10 plus years on my channel, always will be. And I would say a close second, it's either Interlude or Memoir for me, for that brand. SM here has a question. Maybe I could expand on it, but for yourself, I don't know if you can you see these, Chad? Can you read this? Okay. So my motivation for this hobby is exploring the senses and fragrances, fulfilling that idea. Wants me to expand and maybe throw the topic to Chad.
I think for me, it's just it gives me something to do nowadays.
A hobby.
Like in some ways, my channel is basic when it comes to the edits. Like I'll add like a lot of the gifs and pictures, but like the gifs are like the funny, just to add some sort of comedy, because like I'm at like the age where a lot of my humor is dad jokes. They're pretty cheesy. And I've always been cheesy, mind you, but it gives me a way to kind of like express myself, and it gives me something to do. And because I've done it for so long, it's just kind of a part of me, right?
Right. Yeah. And for me, it's I always had those creative juices. In hobbies, I always want to search. I always wanted to, it feels like it's an endless task, basically.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that kind of stuff. Like there's some things in life that I do want to see, the finish line, but this is a hobby that can go on forever. Continuously learning. It's expensive. Yes. And I've been sampling a lot more than I used to. Like I used to blind buy a lot. Now I blind buy samples, which aren't cheap. Like these niche, I just did one, a sample pack. It was only like 10 samples, but it was like $300 Canadian.
Yeah.
Right? It's nuts. And that's 10.
I know. Like, so I ended up having, I think they were the new releases, like all the designers, and I forget what company. Actually, no, I remember what company. I'm not going to say, but I still get my stuff from them. But when I saw for 5 decants was like $75 or $80 American, I'm like, that's over $100 Canadian. And the samples are like this size. I'm like, hell no. I'll see if I can get a sample at the Hudson's Bay that's across the street from me.
Like if you see this you can't even see it, how small it is. This is a 1 mil, and this is a decant of Chanel Comet, the new one. But I spent probably $10 on this, like nuts. American. So that's probably, $12-13 Canadian. So, it goes hard as far as.
I'd love to get my nose on the new Adventus, or the new Creed. But when I look at the price tag for a small sample such as this, I'm like, it's like $25-30 American. I'm like, I'm going to have to pass.
It's not that great. I have it, but maybe I can give you a little decant.
Like if I made my money back in the AdSense, and that's the only way I get paid from this hobby.
Yep.
Yeah, sure, I'll spend the money but if I'm guaranteed to get the money back from the AdSense. But the most I make, I think the most I've ever made from a video was like $20. It's not a lot of money in this.
Yeah, you have to hit, like, your videos probably have to hit at least 10,000. and you have to constantly do that,
Yeah,
you know,
and
to make any real money.
I'm not putting myself through any more pressure, because when I first started, I was trying to become this bigger creator and get like, it was too much pressure. I'm like, forget that.
But I think personally, your channel has grown quite a bit in the past few years. And you could correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm getting about 350 subscribers a month. So
That's very solid. That's pretty good. You know, and you don't do daily videos either. You do like every third day or something.
every second day, but like I'll probably rotate it. Like, so like I'll do like every second day will be a video. Then like during the space, I'll probably release a short. Like I have a lot of shorts. I do. So
this gentleman here is asking about Houbigant. What are your thoughts on this brand? That's all you, Chad, because I haven't smelled anything from the brand.
From Houbigant?
Houbigant, yeah.
I don't know.
It's an old brand.
That sounds like a brand that I would not dive into, because it sounds, I don't want to say bougie, but it sounds very, very fancy. Right. And that's just not something for me. Like I got creeds that are sitting right next to me, because you want to talk about some brands, like some fragrances.
Right.
But like these fragrances, like these creeds, I didn't even spend my own money. That's the reason why that they are very cherished for me. So
right. Have you smelt the new Boss Bottled Elixir? Is that good?
I like it. I do I own it? I think I own that
blue bottle, I think.
Oh, that one? No, I do not.
Elixir. I'm a big Boss Bottle guy, though. I feel like getting that one.
Oh, mine. The original.
Yeah, man. Trying to pump through these, but I think even as quick as I'm going, what trend would I like, or would we would like to see reappear scent-wise in the fragrance industry?
Well, fragrances that I would like to come back are from the
or trend.
Yep. I don't know, maybe sports fragrances. I'm for the most part, I like my freshies, right? But I can definitely appreciate a good cold, like deeper scent. Like I love Spice Bomb. I love Givenchy Gentleman Only Absolute. I don't know if you have that one. Discontinued. Love it.
Givenchy Gentleman?
Yeah.
Absolute. I think I do.
All right.
Man. Hit the like. Thanks, Robbie, for the super chat. Or
so this one here.
No, I don't have that one.
Oh, okay. So
it's on the hit list, though. I wanted to blind buy that one.
Fantastic. I love it. Right. So I can appreciate stuff like that. But when it comes to like the ouds and the super animalic, the civets, no, I can't do that. Like musk to musk from Montel, that's a challenge for me.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing it now.
Well, it is. They are challenging, some Montels, like especially if you've never been with the brand. It will jar you a little bit. I don't review any Arabian houses. Any of those, I've never had any experience. Yourself, Chad, have you smelt any of these? Spirit of Dubai, Ajmal, stuff like that?
No, I got a few Armafs. I talked about a few of the Armafs.
Yeah.
I've thought about going into the Latafas just to get a few extra clicks, but I'm like, if I do it, it's just samples, and I don't know. I'd rather have the real thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel. What are our thoughts on the Ziad line reformulation? Do you have any thoughts on the Ziad line being reformulated several times, by the way?
That's a brand that I haven't really dived into, because hold on. At the time, I could not appreciate. See, I wasn't really into Iris and stuff like that. But now that I'm older, a little wiser, a little bit, I could I like the old stuff, but I could also appreciate the new stuff. I do have one Dior Homme. I think it's the Sport 2012, or maybe it's not. But it's and another reason why I haven't really looked into that brand much is because of the price. Like they're top designer brand, plain and simple.
They are, in my opinion, the pinnacle of the designer game. Forget
Yes.
Chanel. Forget
Okay.
Chanel. Dior, like Chanel, as far as the men's line. Now I'm not looking at we can look at their privé line, but Dior is probably one of the best, and I'm talking about the original line, the best, I want to call it modern, masculine line in perfumery. Dior, absolutely gorgeous. DHI, even better.
See, and I loved Dior over 10 years ago. So when I came in, I was skinnier. I was more stylish. I was in like my little metrosexual phase. Like
it would
I don't
fit
know
right
what
in
they
that
call that
metrosexual.
I don't know what they call that nowadays, but I was very much into that, right? But now it's like I do like it, but I haven't really dove into it afterwards.
Yeah. And for me to answer that question, I haven't actually smelt. I've smelt the new Sport. I actually own that one, and I believe I own the new Cologne. So I own the old and new. But I haven't really delved into like the 2020 reformulations, things like that. But it is a brand that I feel personally, I would fight you over it if you're telling me Chanel's better than them. I would fight you.
Like from what I remember, like the new 2020, like I enjoyed the smell though. I did. I just haven't had a lot of experience over my years, just because, again, my channel focuses more on the affordable fragrances. Like Hugo Boss, when they first come out, they're expensive, but after a while, they hit the bargain bins pretty fast, right?
Yeah. And what? Oh wow! I'm in the comments that they're talking about Tom Ford, and that was a long time ago. Jeez. People are saying it was Black Orchid that you were talking about back in the, but I think it was Noir de Noir too, eh?
It was Noir de Noir or Black Orchid, one or the other, but definitely.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Tom Ford as a brand. Like he obviously doesn't dabble in the brand. Like anybody that thinks it's his name, right? It's not actually Tom that's approving these anymore. He sold his name a long time ago.
Well, because his name. Sorry, go ahead.
But the creative direction behind it is, man, how can I say this? They've towed the line of unique fragrances to very easy to wear fragrances. They're one of the brands that does it the best. So whoever's behind the creative direction of that line, they release stuff like Noir Anthracite, which is very earthy, dark, different. Obviously discontinued. They're really quick to discontinue stuff, but like creative wise, I think it's one of the better brands, honestly.
I know that some of their fragrances, like the names have been getting a little, like they're pushing the envelope a little bit, like Tom Ford fucking fabulous.
Yep.
You know, Lost Cherry. So Lost Cherry could be
vanilla,
like depending on how you look at it, right?
Well, that goes with the whole, like, you know, the way Tom Ford has been in advertising, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I know that some people in our community would take issue with how he would promote the fragrances, but it's all marketing.
Yeah. I'm going to review, promise. I will be unboxing my bottle at some point. So I'm not even close to being on the review on that. Tried New Harlem, was not impressed.
I loved that when I tried it years ago, but I just never got a bottle because they're overpriced.
So good. The best.
And that's a brand that I'm getting into right now. Kenzo.
Oh, let's go back to that Kenzo.
I've been taking
yes. And they're affordable.
Yeah, they're pretty affordable. Like, but I prefer the older fragrances, like, you know, the samurai sword bottles.
Yeah,
I prefer those over the bamboo. But they
there's
one that you may like. I got like 12 fragrances from them in the last year alone, though. But this one here might be something that you. Hold on, am I holding it right? Can you read that?
Kenzo Power.
Yes.
You got the new bottle. Look at you.
Yeah, and this is like a spicy floral amber with a lot of citrus, but it's like it has a bit of a gray flannel vibe, I find. But I love this stuff, surprisingly.
It's great. And the cologne version's even better.
Okay, see, that's very hard to come by, though.
Okay, I'm gonna go get it. I'm actually gonna walk over there.
Give me a second. Okay, you are getting old. I can tell by the walk.
Hey, I'm 40. Look at this.
So,
The original Kenzo Power.
I remember that.
And then there's the cologne version. Got a nice little dent. Beauties.
So when I got this, I thought it was the cologne one because I didn't know that they did the new bottle.
Yeah.
And I filmed I think I did 3 reviews of it, and the third one was the one that made the cut because I kept getting my notes wrong. I'm like, this can't be it. Yeah, but I'm really digging. Excuse me, this brand.
You will. This is better than this.
Okay.
It's fresher.
It has lemon verbena, but I feel like lemon verbena is in this. I think it's only bergamot and lemon, but there's something in this that really pops. But ambery, floral spices, and I feel like there's a bit of a soapy vibe to it.
There is. It'd be nice to actually compare my 10 plus years old bottles versus your new bottle and just see what the difference is.
Well, I can always come up.
That's true. Anyone drinking milk? No sweet milk at this time.
Hi, Mr. Calvin. Yes, it has been a long time, and no, we should not collab again.
What do we think about the explosion of the Latafa brand? Our thoughts.
I don't really have much thoughts on it. It's a brand that's really getting plugged a lot. There's a few people that are complaining about it.
They pay.
Okay, well, I wouldn't know this.
That's why.
Okay, I wouldn't know this though.
TikTokers, hold on to your seat. You should be a TikToker, chat. Why?
Why?
Free trip. Okay. Free trip, hotel, all paid for. $10,000 to $15,000 in your bank account for the trip.
Jesus.
10 to 15,000 USD.
That's like almost 25 grand Canadian.
Dude. You know, these TikTokers, I think went, what was the brand? Rayhan or whatever. It was like it's another knockoff brand.
Okay.
Jeremy went. Jeremy does not go anywhere unless he's getting paid at least 40 G's.
I don't know if that really is the case nowadays because like his fragrance content is.
Well, it's not. He's not. If we want to call a spade, he is not part of the fragrance community anymore.
It's more like dancing in your tidy whities with your pickle dancing all around, you know?
Oh my God.
Oh, hey, listen, you saw my spoof video. The week before, I actually filmed a very serious video saying, like, I wasn't calling him out, but I'm like, your behavior is not normal, you know, like you think that doing this is normal. This is not like you claim to be like the #1 fragrance icon that's supposedly following the teachings of Jesus. This ain't religious, you know. And I had like we had a bit of a spat 3.5 years ago because I'm not one to shy away about my mental health. I've mentioned it before. You know, I got PTSD only because I ran over a kid in my line of work. Thankfully, the kid survived, but your life changes after that. You're not the same. I've always had anxiety, but it's just gotten worse. And so I reached out to him saying, hey, I just want to, if you need a friend, I'm here for you without judgment. And he just went off. And then he was nice. Then he went off. Then he was nice. Like I got the screenshot and I like screenshots, but I only added one to the video that I initially filmed, right? And I showed Chad Secrets. I showed Rush because Rush is kind of like my PR guy in a sense. Like if I have something, he's like my ear to Fragcom streets because I don't really participate. Like I'm not on social media anymore.
Yeah.
So they saw it. My wife saw it. They all thought it was amazing. And like Rush said, if this is gonna help you, get it off your chest. Do it, right? And then like my wife is like, she's kind of like the angel, like she's like the voice of reason because there's other people out there that'll take advantage of it. There's other streams out there that are about the drama, and so I'm like, okay, then no. But like I feel sorry for the guy, but at the same time I don't. I had to block him on all my social media. because I had good intentions, just seeing, hey man, if you're in a bad place, I'm here for you without judgment. But like I'll send you the screenshot. There was some Jeremy Fragrance riders that I sent that to. They're like, holy shit. So when people say like, oh, he's just living his best life, and his brother is saying, oh, he's just this is normal. No, it's not.
No.
So like I know, like, and that's why it bugs the shit out of me, right? Because I know that he's not in a good place, and it's not like, sure, I'm sure some of it is for the algorithm, but if you're not on,
a lot of it is, but
no,
I understand. There's
he's been accused of being. Sorry.
Honestly, his family needs to step in. Unfortunately, his brother's trying to cash in on that kind of stuff, which is kind of sad to see. And it is what it is, but family's got to be there for you. And
people say that he's on drugs, and if he ain't, but like really all the signs are there, because like I know ex coke heads and ex users, and they said like there was a guy I did a video with. He's originally from Miami, cocaine capital of North America, is it not? So I did a video with him, but he's living up here now. He's a rapper. So I work with a few local rappers, and I showed him a picture before and after Jeremy. He's like, dude, this guy is on something. Because he grew up with that, and that's the reason why he left. One of the reasons why he left that area to come here. So, but like even if he's not, he still is, because you're trying to get that next clout, that next viral moment. And I would not do well with fame.
So, no, well, it already, for him, he's not doing well with fame either. To be quite honest. So let's move on.
Yes.
Favorite winter fragrance
right now?
Number one.
This is definitely one of them. Like top 5.
Okay. Valentino, eh?
Another one is Dunhill Egyptian Smoke. I'm starting to get into the Dunhill luxury line because they're so affordable. Okay. They got some good stuff. So Egyptian Smoke, the Moroccan Amber is good. And that's pretty much it for wintertime. But like my favorite would be like Mongolian Cashmere. My least favorite is you would probably like it, Arabian Desert.
Ooh. No, yeah, that Dunhill, like the darker stuff, intrigues me. I think I have the leather one. I think that's the one I own.
British leather. That's not a bad one, but it's an acquired taste.
Yeah, so I started with that one, and I have the Amalfi Citrus, of course, but I need to delve more into this line, and they're affordable, like you said. They're priced less than brand new designer releases now, way less. Do you know what Sebastian means? The Woods collection? I have no idea what he's talking about. Woods collection.
Oh, I had to look. I was looking at the chat here.
Woods.
No,
I have no idea. Sorry, bro. Italian Cypress. Yeah. Okay. So everybody's letting us know. No wonder you don't remember them all. You know what? No. Like if you asked Mark like 2 years ago, I did pretty good there, right? I knew exactly where my Kenzos were. I went real quick. I know where they are. But yeah, this is, it's getting, I'm getting old.
I feel it when I get older too. So
favorite bed scent, going to bed. I always wear a scent, going to bed. Some people don't do that. I do. And honestly, there's not a favorite one, but if I had to wear something, it would probably be something just light. Like even that Gucci Put On 2 would be perfect for that. It's a waste of a spray because it's expensive. But
I no longer wear bed scents because I heard about it from my wife. And you know how a happy wife is a happy life?
Yeah.
So I'm always testing. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try this one out. It was Diesel's, a Diesel, Only the Brave. Oh my God, I forget what it is, but it was like geranium, ginger, mint, grapefruit or lemon, and it got into the sheets. And my wife barely slept. Just does not react well with my skin. Like a lot of the people, like when I released the video, people are saying, "Oh, you're an idiot. You don't know what the hell you're talking about," you know. And it's one of my most hated fragrances that I still have. But like my wife says, can you not wear fragrances to bed anymore? Like I smelled the sheet the next morning. I'm like, oh, you're not mine.
Whoops.
Yeah, exactly. So after that, I was like, no.
This is I wanted to highlight this. As you get older, you realize how fragile friendships can be. Best to stay focused on a partner and family instead. 100%. You know, I learned that in the fragrance community. There was some people that, you know, great friendships, but at the end of the day, again, fragile, right? How many people, honestly, the better ones have been the ones that have stayed the course with me in the older friendships. Honestly, yeah, there's a bunch. Like there's still guys like Tim Sweatkoff from time to time. We chat.
I miss that guy.
Yeah. But like Katie Puckrick, same thing. Cubby, we don't talk too much anymore. But yeah, there's several there.
So you still talk to Tim
Sweatkoff? Yeah, I got him on Facebook.
So does he know how the community is going?
He has zero interest.
Yeah,
we haven't, you know, we don't chop it up in regards to that anymore. Like it was, you know, like 5-6 years ago, he was, you know, he's like, I'm not really into that game anymore.
Same with Hero Miguel.
Yeah, he's not interested in it either. Well, he shut her down real quick.
Yeah, there's been like rumors as to why, but I think a lot of people saying it's because he got this job. But if Hero stuck with it, he would have been as big as Jeremy, I think.
Yeah, no, because Jeremy kind of, not that his taste is different than Hero. I think Hero's taste was too good. Okay. If you know what I mean. Like his taste was like he was getting into the high-end Guerlains. He was getting into all that kind of stuff. And I think that's where his taste was getting into more and more.
Was he the one who should do spiritueux?
Well, I did, but he pushed it, right?
He hyped. Oh yeah, Hero the hype though.
Right. Yeah, he did it the right way. So yeah, I don't know, like I know what you mean. He has the personality for it, and he would have done well. A lot better than what we do here.
Yeah. Well, he has the
personality.
He had the looks, like it was the charisma. Like I don't have any charisma. That's why I rely on like the cheesy gifs and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, so, I don't know about that. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up. This is actually a really good comment. I highly agree with that.
I am not a leader.
The thing is the top end, you know, the leadership, and we'll bring people together, do the right thing, you know, collab and shout out and you know, help out, right? You have the power. Like I've been in that situation. A lot of people haven't been in that situation. I'll tell you, Chad, there's a lot of responsibility behind it. A lot of people follow you blindly, and it's almost scary, Chad. Like if I say something, people are going to take that and spin it in their own way.
I know.
And I seen that power, and it was scary. I was like, oh my God, like that is not what I meant. Oh, like they go after people. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that before.
And that's where, you know, and that's what people go on my video that I did that went viral, and say, well, aren't people smart enough? Well, I'm not saying people are dumb, but I'm just saying that I've seen it. Like I've had that power, and it's people saying, you know, I'm getting this for free, and I'm telling you that it's amazing, when I don't really believe that. I'm just getting a paycheck.
I get you.
That's the issue, is people are blindly following these people.
We've seen that over the years, but we've seen that in also not just our community, but like you see it in like like the manosphere community, like with like Real Men, Real Style, Alpha M. Like you see, and I met those guys, but it's business at the end. Like like when I went, I'm like, oh, good, I'm in the circle. Yeah, no, I'm okay with that now.
He's clocking like, but he has 500. Yeah. Robes08 is based, this YouTube channel name, funny enough, I created it when I was in high school. And the 08 was because of Kobe. I put everything 08 for some reason, and Robes is just a part of my last name. That is it. There's nothing robes wise. Like I don't own 100 robes. I'm not a robe dealership.
You should do a video with you wearing a robe, though.
Like a Versace robe,
whatever,
and a cigar, and just be
whatever,
like,
dude.
that's
Whatever.
me. Yeah.
Like, I clearly don't take myself too seriously. Like you've seen some of the spoofs.
Love your spoofs.
You know, like this one I thought was going to do a lot better, but no, it did not. I lost 10 subscribers for that video alone.
That sounds about right.
Well, people take this shit too seriously, man. They got to relax, you know? Like have some fun. Like fragrances ain't going to change the world.
Yeah. Well, funny that you say like losing subscribers, and that's the thing. Like doing like negative fragrance reviews or just subpar fragrance reviews. I've done my fair share.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had a negative fragrance review giving me a positive subscriber count. Crazy. On that video. Think about that. It's all minus, always.
And wait till you like. I remember you saying a long time ago that when it's time for you to hang up the mic or the fragrance bottle, that your very last video is going to be on Creative Ventus.
Still there. Still waiting.
Can you imagine like if and when that ever happens?
Oh, it's going to happen. It's in the queue. It'll get released when I'm done with this. So it releases itself.
Okay.
Done.
Yeah, I know the cult following that it has. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Has the new one really done that well?
I don't know. I've seen reviewers talk about it because it comes in my feed or like my recommendation, but I don't really watch them.
Yeah. Will you return? Rich Mitch, man. He's like, Max, come back.
Well, Max was really good at what, like nobody knows his identity except for the little avatar.
Yep.
But like, you know what, like those old, like the style that he did is, I still like because it's nostalgic in a sense.
Yeah.
It's very much like Greggy Boy. Greggy Boy still, like, he's showed his face on camera a few times. Yeah. But, you know, for the most part, it's just a picture of the bottle in his hand.
Thank you, sir. Boss Bottle, absolute. Like Boss Bottle, they are squeezing as much as they can off that name, eh? Wow.
So I want to name a couple of reviewers, like old school reviewers, if you remember them. Do you remember D Master 81?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
I got a window open here of a video I did years ago. $40.
Faintly. But I remember.
I think he was Mexican, but he lived in the States.
Yeah.
This guy I wish would come back. The Sentient Man.
Is that UK, right?
Yeah, Raj.
Yeah, he was good.
The Lupe experience, I like him, but he kind of talks down to you. Had his nose up in the air.
Didn't Lupe, he started some beef with what's his face there? The big guy, the big bald guy there. What's his name? The guy that had it's very polarizing.
Wasn't Travis Diaz, was it?
No, big guy. Like he did a video with who did he do? He did a spoof video with Al Street
Oh,
Sense.
okay. You're talking about yeah. Bottom note.
Yes, him and Lupe went into it.
Coach.
Yeah.
So there's also Mr. Travis Diaz.
Yeah.
I actually liked this channel. That was another guy I used to watch back in the day. I wish this guy was still alive. Ash 4245.
Yeah. Early. He was early.
Yeah. So
he was one of the early ones.
a guy who's still around. Listen, I said that it's only a few of us. This guy's definitely old school. Brad BP Wool.
He's still going, eh?
Yeah.
Looking
Brad. At my list here.
Keep throwing him out.
Kirill, I miss that guy.
Naked unboxings.
Yep. Russian style though.
Yes, of course.
Patrick Youngblood.
Yeah.
It was that one. His last video came across as a little. He was calling some people out.
He wasn't a fan.
This guy's a perfumer now, but Fabio Conde.
Yes. Talking about people that reached out recently, he did to me. Great guy.
He's
making fragrances, eh?
Yeah. And he reached out to me, and I says, thanks, but like I don't think that your fragrances would match my audience, and I would want that bottle to go to to someone that would really appreciate it more than I would probably appreciate it. Here's another name, Tom Barber.
Yes, he reminds me of Raj, right? That kind of reviewer.
Yeah.
And that's sorely missed in the community. Like I don't know. I might be alone. Like obviously you have that taste as well, but I feel like it's too fast paced the way it is.
Yeah.
And there's no how can I say it? There's no depth to the fragrance reviews anymore. I don't care if it's fast paced. Like if you want to start doing, cool graphics and all that and whatever, I don't mind that. But there is a way of doing that and actually getting, a good review out of it. Like when you're saying it's sexy, it's mass appealing, and that's the end of the review. I'm like,
yeah.
What did you just tell me?
There's another name here. Okay, no, there's a few names. Mr. Zayas 81.
Yep.
People are putting it in the chat. Renee, I liked him. His tastes were not for me, but I miss that guy. Yeah. Mr. Joe Strikes Again.
Yeah.
Old Greek.
You're bringing out some.
I don't remember Old Greek. But I can remember George Fortinos or something like that. Maybe that's the person.
Yeah.
And of course, the legend, Mickers.
Sweet Makers.
If I could just meet like one reviewer from back in the day, it would have been Dan.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a great guy.
Yeah, it's unfortunate what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another name, Dan Forrest.
When people are putting it in the chat, I'm like way behind. That's why.
Yeah, Dan Forrest.
My best Mancetta. I don't know. I'm not a big Mancetta guy, honestly.
I would say lemon lime.
Haven't smelt it.
860 Cologne. That's another one.
Yes.
He had the voice.
He comments on my stuff once in a while.
Okay.
I agree with this. Kenzo and Issey Miyake have some really nice freshies. Those are the brands that I feel like are almost alike, and they do them right. Yeah, I'm way behind.
And I haven't checked out a Issey Miyake in a couple of years now.
They did some really good darker ones in the mid 2000s.
I had a few. I have Pulse of the Night.
Noir Ombre.
Yeah, I got that one.
And then there's the other one there, the incense one.
The one that you have, I'd love to get is the mint one. I forget which one it is.
Mint one.
There's an
The one that
Eastern
says
guy.
mint in
No,
the
no, no.
name.
I think it was just mint dominated. But
Trying to think.
they do have a sports fragrance that I liked also back in the day.
There is a sport mint, but it's in the name.
It's a brand that I haven't really looked into. I should look into it more.
It is a good brand.
Those names are taking me down memory lane for sure.
So what's what do you have on the docket coming up on your channel? What's planned?
Well, okay, let me check. I generally have like 5 or 6 videos in queue, but like so it's a brand that gets crapped on, but like again, my channel is for like the everyday guy. I got probably like a top 5 Perry Ellis fragrance tomorrow. But I got a D&G that I filmed with my wife back in June. I got videos that I filmed with Chad Secrets back in February that I haven't even edited yet. Believe it or not. So I'm looking at it now. It's a battle between Montal and Mancera.
Yeah.
We did bond number 9. Like I got shit here that I haven't even edited yet.
Yeah, I need to get on that.
I do it. I'm a workaholic. We met up last week. We did like 2 Givenchy's, like Put and Blue Label. We did 2 Mont Blancs, like.
You know, I was stalking your channel today, obviously because you were coming on, and you know what the most popular video on your channel is?
The Jaguar.
Yeah, that surprised the hell out of me. What?
Same here. I know.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, and I talked about them for a little while because they were getting the clicks, but they haven't really. I think I got 1 in the last 2 years, but I don't know. I want to do like a small raid again of it just to see if it would get the same traction, but I just don't know.
It's when you do as much as we do, there's some videos that you're just like, how did this do so well? As far as views go or comments. Like I release an unboxing every day. And like one of the most recent one, a Bentley one, out of nowhere, like talking about car brands, Bentley one just exploded on my channel. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know. Bentley is a brand that gets a little bit of the clicks.
Yeah, I had no idea. If I was an influencer, I'd be buying all the Bentleys.
That's another guy I like.
That's a great name.
Eric?
He's awesome.
Is his real name?
Yeah. Yeah.
I see Mr. Calvin is trolling.
Is he?
I wonder if that's Neil.
Maybe.
Mr. Miami Cuddles.
Yes, I am going to be. I just mentioned that I'm going to be. I was working on my seasonal designer video. So top 20 is going to be the number. It's probably going to be 30 minutes long, but
you should do a top 1,500 fragrance list.
You know what? It would probably be my most viewed video too.
It would.
Those big numbers, people love them.
And you don't have to go into detail. You can just say this,
sexy,
this.
sexy, sexy. What does that mean to you, Chad? When you watch a fragrance review and someone says sexy, what does that mean?
I think sexy can mean different things, like especially when you get older. But for me, like I think that this shit is sexy. You know, it's just a super spicy scent, but like this is sexy. Like where I'm at in life, like my age. But like sexy for me would be something like that's warm, a little sweet. Like when I mean warm, it could be ambery or spicy. But like it's the whole panty dropper shit is kind of like low-hanging fruit. That's where we're at nowadays. I feel like social media has dumbed down people tremendously. So
I like Kyler's chiming in here, turn on the opposite sex. Okay, I get it. But you know, what's sexy to one isn't sexy to the other. I don't get, I can't compute. Like one girl will think that Tuscan leather is sexy on me, and another girl will be like, oh my God, that is so strong. It's so bad. It's too strong. So I just don't get it.
I think
I
it's
don't.
individual tastes, but like when you're talking like mass appealing, I think that like something like this is sexy to me. It's sexy, but it's classy. But like something like this shit ain't sexy. This is like old lady. Like yet I like it for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, but couldn't it be sexy on the right guy wearing the right clothes in the right setting with the right girl?
And the right confidence. Yes. See, like you, like I have a video of one of yours. Let me go to it that I have saved up. It's I think it was no, it wasn't a short. My top 3 most complimented fragrances of all time.
Hmm.
And where you said anything could be a compliment getter. Like you were talking about 3 cheapies, like Curve, Swiss Army, and the other one I forget.
It could be anything.
I think it's all subjective.
Well, that's the thing, and that is my issue with the current fragrance community is that I can't grasp that. Right.
And I do have. I'm spoiler alert. I know you don't have to watch it if you're subscribed to me. You really don't have to watch people. But I have a like a top 5 sexy colder season fragrance list in the works. I have it all written out. Right. So it's cringe, but it's only to get like it. Like I don't get a lot of money from the AdSense, but I'll probably get $5 from this at the most. You know? And if I'm lucky, I just might get $1.99 from it.
I just got $1.99. Thanks, Kay. Then it is a buzzword for the all.
The super chats are nice to get, but I think that YouTube takes a nice, like a fair cut of it. I don't know the percentage.
They take a huge. I think they take like 40 to 50%, like a big cut. Like it's not 10%.
No, I thought it was like 30 to 40 type of thing.
It's pretty high.
Just insane.
You know what? I just looked into what makes the most money on YouTube just because of this whole thing that I did that video. And I'm just like, you know what? I want to see why influencers do a lot of live streams and things like that. Live streams is the biggest moneymaker on YouTube. Did you know that? Per 1,000K
and
1,000 views.
And I think it's the Twitch, because you have like YouTube streamers, you have Twitch, which I think is like video games. I'm not sure, but the Twitch guys, they make way more money than the live streamers on YouTube.
Yeah. I think that'll be, the fragrance community hasn't gone that route yet, but it's just the amount of time.
So because of this video that you did you get any backlash from anybody in private?
100%. Yeah.
Oh, so some people reached out to you?
Yep. Yeah, I got
you don't need to name names.
No, I got my hand slapped a few times. I got called, what was I called? A devil.
Jeez.
And
man,
yeah, it was because we want the community to be positive and
I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about.
I was called all kinds of things, and I was like, excuse me? I'm like, okay.
Try working in public transit. You get called every name in the book.
Yeah.
There's a reason why that I am bald. Not because I pulled my hair. It's because I had some guy tell me a certain racial term. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll shave my head. Keep it sense. And there's Rich. Rich is starting to. He wants the tea spilled.
Yeah. Chief.
But I find it funny though. Like, okay, I've been in this for a long time. This stuff is not that serious for me because of the things that I've seen in my 20 years of doing my job. I view things differently because I think it's safe to say I'm a bit of a stressful individual. I think a lot of people can sense my energy. I'm a little high strung, but like I've seen addiction, I've seen gang assaults, I've seen robberies, I've seen poverty. Like, so I've nearly took someone's life because I ran over that 15-year-old kid back in 2008. But like the thing, I think because of all the things that I've seen in my line of work, I don't take this stuff too seriously. So I'm like, when people get really uppity about it, I'm like, it's not that serious at the end of the day.
You know, when you're describing that, I thought you were talking about the fragrance community for a bit.
The fragrance community can be very.
You saw someone, like,
Fragcom can be
you,
toxic at times.
you see poverty. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen some of these guys. I've seen it.
There's Mr. Calvin. Do you know the story behind that, Mr. Calvin?
No.
So I think it was 2018. Yeah, I think it was 2018. I went to Miami. I met up with Mr. Calvin's dad, Mr. Miami Cuddles. And I was trying to be professional and polite and all that kind of stuff. I was trying to be respectful because I was in another person's home. And his dad is a troll like me.
Okay.
And because I was trying to be respectful, and I guess it came across as a little too serious, He brought out the puppet and just and it just went like you can see like the awkwardness on my face, right? But I still try to keep my composure, and I just went with the video. And then there was like another stream that reacted to it and like kind of made fun of it. And I'm like, okay. But this does not bother me. Like the Mr. Calvin does not bother me. I've had people use. Well, listen. There's a guy that's using my like an old picture of me as his avatar. He's a fanboy of yours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like see, like that used to bother me. It just doesn't anymore. I'm at a place in my life. I don't care. I think
that avatar has been passed around quite a bit, actually. I've seen a couple people use that.
I used to be the Aaron Marino, the Alpha M guy of Fragcom when it comes to the thumbnails.
Mm.
They were just cringy. I'm trying to get people's attention. So I still do them, but like I've had people pretend. I've taken old pictures from like the account that you messaged me at. I deactivated that one. I reactivated it just for the purpose of getting a few things, getting some old photos. But I had people go on my account and take a picture, like take one of my pictures that was taken back in like 2011 and pretend to be me online. I'm like, okay, I think that's a reason why, that's a good reason why to deactivate that account. So I want to make my listen, private life should be private. I'm not going to go on people's streams and people's accounts and pretend to be them. That's just stupid.
I had the social media, right? There's people a lot of time on their hands. Yeah. So I don't know. Like I don't. I guess we could talk about some fall scents in that, but we are hitting 2 hours, Chad.
Yeah.
I know we had a time frame.
Did we? I have the whole afternoon to myself, but I do have to go out later on though. I gotta do I gotta do the groceries. I gotta pick up dinner tonight. So
okay, well we'll do another like 10 minutes or so. Kind of finish off
with that.
We'll just finish off if anybody has any questions for Chad and that.
But I also remember you wanted to talk about most cherished fragrances or something like that.
Yeah, go ahead. Share with us your thoughts. And again, don't forget to subscribe to Chad, Gentleman's Journey.
So I'm mostly about designers, the affordable ones, but let's go with some expensive ones. Silver Mountain Water, Creed.
Oh, hey, it's coming out hard. There we go.
Love it. Oh, we're going to go on the decline after this, though, because we're coming out hard, right? But also Creed Grenache Tweed. The reason why I love these the most, like so much, is because that these were actually my wedding fragrances. My wife gave me these.
That's a great gift.
Like she knows that I wouldn't spend that kind of money on it, and she got a good deal. I think she got them off FragBuy. Mm-hmm. But I love these ones, and these will always be in my collection. So like I don't wear these much. These are on like anniversaries or special occasions, and if I were to pass away tomorrow, these go to my nephew. So this is another one.
Am I? Oh, you got the old bottle too. Look at you.
Oh, you got the original, right? And this is thanks to Joe Anthony.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know, like that's over generous, because that's even though it's not full, and I didn't put much of it. Like I used it, but not like this. I probably maybe used like 3 mLs.
Yep.
So it's a used bottle, but still, even this is like expensive, and this is highly appreciated.
Plus, it's vintage.
Yeah. Some
Good
very
juice.
so this I love. I just do the original.
I can't argue that.
I just
love
love the
Boss
original. This is like my favorite Hugo Boss, plain and simple. And because this is my first fragrance ever,
Yep.
you know. And these are kind of random, but because I was looking through my my collection, love this one.
Oh, the cologne.
Yeah,
The
this
cologne
is
version.
actually from Rush. So it's like a nutty almond citrus. I super fresh.
Super popular in the community.
Yeah, but I'm really digging this type of DNA as well.
Going back to
So
the
I know
Velveteen,
that I
right?
would like the new Dior Almond Tense. This has like Givenchy, Gentleman Reserve Privé vibes. I like this type of DNA now. So
those are all great picks, actually.
And another one that I love is this one. No, I'm just playing. Attraction Fatal.
Dead.
You know how? Okay,
Dead.
listen. You know I'm a bit of a dickhead. This is just
a bit.
We know this. We know this. Okay, but this is another great one that I'm glad I have in my collection because it's discontinued.
It's on my hit list.
It's discontinued, and it's pretty much Spice Bomb. In all honesty, it's just a little bit better than Spice Bomb, and I love Spice Bomb itself.
Right. That was a good list. You said downhill.
Well,
I was expecting a Jaguar in.
Well, I could break those out. I got a whole lot of those.
I need the views. Send them in. I'll change the title.
You know what? Like I would show my collection, but it's a little. I don't want to show the mess, right?
Yeah, same here. I don't want to show the mess.
So, but like I got 3 cabinets. I got a double, and I got like 2 IKEA ones that are just like both like waist high.
Yeah.
So like one cabinet is just niche though.
This is IKEA, but it's this is my sample cabinet.
Oh, okay.
This is just current samples, like the samples that I need to use for sampling samples for my videos.
Okay. Well,
it's huge.
This is my niche collection here.
Oh, we're going on a trip. Let's see here.
Okay.
Oh, I see a Tom Ford.
Yeah, that's so that and these are the only 2 Tom Fords I got. Right?
Oh, I see I Am Trash. That is excellent.
Well, I was gonna do a spoofer review on that one, but I got my Montals. I got my Montals. This is a gift from Christo. Oh, sorry.
Yep.
That
Rose,
is so not me. I got my Ateliers. A lot of these were gifted from a reviewer because he worked for them. Well, I'm trying to bounce. It's kind of hard to do this upside down, right?
I get you. So, no, we're seeing it.
I got all my my Acqua di Parmas. I'm a big Acqua di Parma fan, though.
Same here.
So I
love ADP.
If you haven't checked out Quercia and what's this one? Leather is a pretty good one too. That's a good leather fragrance. But here it is, Mira. That's a great one.
I haven't smelled that one.
Then I got my this. Oh, again, it's hard doing this upside down. So these are all my my creeds. I got 2 of them on the desk, but I got like 17 or 18 Bond number 9s.
You're a big Bond guy now, eh?
You know what? I plugged them hard for a little while, but not anymore. I still like them. These are good too. If you haven't checked out this brand, Mark, this is a good brand.
I've heard of them. I don't own any. I haven't smelled any.
This was actually introduced to me from Rush. And then a brand that you don't really care for, the Atkinsons.
Oh, Atkinsons.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can find one that you should look into.
Oud Save the King.
Yes.
It's on the list.
It's not overly oudy, though. That's the thing. You would think it would, but it's not. I'm trying to look here. Yeah, no. And I got like my Ferragamo exclusives back there. This is just crap. So, and this is my only Boys 1920.
Boys, which one's that?
Agrumi de Sicilia.
Oh, I smelled that one. Yeah.
And
Okay.
I only have one Xerjoff.
Look at that little thing. Fiero.
So
that's the niche. That's the niche cupboard.
yeah, it's only one level, right?
We need to get you a second level, bro.
Maybe if I open up a Patreon and I won't use that money for the Ferrari, who knows, right?
We need you to dance. Well, what can I didn't really take out anything. I have some things that I'm working on, like these fall fragrances. There's nothing really for me to show. Like I don't want to do too much of a teaser, but DHI's out here. And look at that juice. Oh, this is such a beautiful scent. And who remembers this fragrance?
Oh, yes.
Still got lots left.
I got one from Cody. So like when I went to see Cody, he gave me these two.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
He gave you that?
So because he lives in Tampa, well, he lives in Florida, right? Tampa, whatever. He can't wear the darker stuff, the heavier stuff. He's no longer. Sorry?
The mint one's pretty good.
Really good, yeah, but he just wasn't wearing it. So like I took like 4 fragrances. I took the platinum Egoist Chanel.
Yep.
Took those 2, and I forget what the other one was, but I'm like, no, this is all I'm gonna take. Is like, okay, is that a Boucheron?
It is.
I really like their designer line. Like my dad wore Boucheron. I think it's Jaipur. That's a set memory right there for me.
It's old school.
But like Cody says, oh, like I said, I'm only gonna take 4. He's like, you could take way more than that. I could have taken like 15 home.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, he really likes you. Damn.
He was just looking to get rid of them, I guess. But they were all free. I wish that he would come back, but he's just focused on family.
No. Look at that green juice.
Is that the patchouli one?
No, this is Au Noir.
Okay. See, and I didn't really look into that lineup all that much just because the price is such a turnoff for me.
Yeah, but it's the premier designer line,
But
I think.
A lot of the times you pay for what you get. I get that, but I don't have that coin to waste, right?
Like if I had to recommend somebody and they're saying, Mark, I want the absolute best designers, like modern designers, let's say 2000 and go, like I'm not a vintage guy, so don't ask me. Go ask someone else. But if you're asking me from 2000 to 2024, which designer brand can I buy from? And I'm looking at Privé and I'm looking at men's line. I would have said Dior. Dior has killed everybody. Hermes is there too. Maybe Chanel's in 3rd place. Like they are the premier, all 3 of them. But Dior, as far as their line like this, it's just not even close.
And
not
just so you know, it's Dior, not Zior, okay?
No, mange la merde. mange la merde.
Zior. I tell people, like when they make fun of the French, I go, listen, think of Australian English and proper British English. Australia made it their own, very much like how we made it French our own. So
yeah, people are gonna, I'm on social media, so people are gonna say whatever they're gonna make fun of my haircut, they're gonna make fun of my beard, make fun of the way I talk. It comes with the situation.
Oh no.
Just because like somebody's gonna say like stop talking, like this, like that's not proper French. I'll be like, okay, thanks.
But see, the reason why I mentioned that is because I remember like coming across the part in Ramsey's stream when someone says, "Can you say parfum?"
Oh yeah, they love it. They absolutely love that.
Where in the States is he from? Texas?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Great guy. Awesome guy.
It looks like his tastes are very different than mine.
Yeah. And again, like just, going from his stream to this stream, like this is all three of us are very different. The passion's the same, but like, right. We have these correlations between us, but at the same time, we're so different. Like Ramsey, like freaking 80s stuff, vintage. He will look at a bottle and go, yeah, this is like a 1984. This was reformulated in 86. And I'm just like,
The history.
I'm like, oh my God. Like I love history, but not that much. Like as far as looking at a bottle and going, okay, this is the 86 version. The cap's a little different, made by this company. Get that version.
Like I'm a history buff, just not fragrances.
Yeah. And I love it. Like, I would really enjoy, like, I love just listening to him, but I'm not like that type of guy. Like I'm not going on eBay or something like that looking for this kind of juice. I get what I get, right? If I'm interested in, like, let's say an old Fahrenheit, I'm not going to start researching which year, which bottle and all that, but that's one of my favorites. So I may do that, but like something else, I'm just like, I get what I get.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that too when it comes to certain fragrances.
Yeah. So yeah, other than that, I got nothing else really to share. I got a whole bunch of fall-based fragrances here that I'm probably putting in lists, so I don't want to really show what's around me. I could go back there, but I'm too old for this stuff now. I can't get up start showing stuff.
Are the leaves changing up there?
Oh, 100%. My yard now, I need to rake.
For real?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's,
and that waterfall, like
they're fallen.
But like the waterfall, I'm not going to mention the name because I don't want people knowing where you live. But like, do you ever go up there?
Beautiful. This is the time right now. Like today, right now is overcast. So it rained last night. And it's just exactly what you pick, the fall picturesque. It's here now. Yellow, reds. Like I'm looking outside my window here, orange, all that.
Wow. It's somewhat changing down here, but it's 31 degrees Celsius with the humidity today.
Yeah,
that's why I have to wear the lighter stuff still. Like, have you ever been to Onaping Falls on 144?
No.
Oh man. Okay, you might like see when I go, like when it's time for me to pass, I told my wife that's where my ashes are going.
That's
you could take the northerner, like the boy out of the north. You can't take the north out of the boy.
No. Is there any releases that you're anticipating at all? Anything? Yeah, it doesn't have to be new, but maybe something that has been released and you're just like, I really want to smell this.
Well, one that I want to get, like I already did a review of it. It's like a decant review, but I want to get the new Spice Bomb Dark Leather. I personally love it. I think it's one of the best releases. A lot of people say that it's not as strong, but I get like I did a simple like decant review and I'm getting like 9-10 hours. Mind you, when I'm like, it's a heavier fragrance and it's still warm out. So maybe that's the reason why it's projecting like the way it is. Mm-hmm. But like for me, and I'm trying to put a stop to my fragrance purchasing. After this, I'm going across the street to see if they have it at the HBC.
Check it out.
I got some gift cards that need to be used.
Bro, you need to get on the PR list. They were giving that bottle out for free.
See, and I don't do that though.
What do you mean?
Like I know that some channels they reach out to the companies directly. I don't. Okay, first and foremost, it doesn't come to mind. I just don't. It doesn't. I don't think of that. But I think it's. I also don't want that. I don't want to be part of like. There's nothing wrong with getting free bottles. I've gotten a few in the past, and most, like the one from Alpha M. It's okay. It's like a this. But it's not as good. Well, no, it's supposed to be inspiration from it, right? But like, it's not worth $50 USD, in my opinion.
Right.
I just don't want to be. I have because of my reputation, my reputation for me is very important. I've always stated I will not do compliment lists. And if I do, it's clickbait. That's it.
Right.
Because I don't get compliments at all. And I work with hundreds of people a day. Mind you, I look pissed off. So maybe that's the reason why people leave me alone.
Probably why. Yeah.
Yeah, probably, but it's not reality, right? It's not reality. I don't want all this free shit. That's just not me. I've always like you said, I've always stayed my course, and that's how I am. Maybe it's just like my parents put too much. I'm a goody two shoes too much, but that's
well. I think there's a proper way of doing it, Chad. I think, yeah, the whole reaching out. I've seen this in the community. I've talked to brands, and some brands, especially artisanal brands, have told me several times that there is some influencers out there that are actually like rude, like actual rudeness of reaching out. There's a way of reaching out. I would never reach out. I feel like that's not classy, personally. I know. But there is some, like Victor and Rolf, they utilize a third party. So a third party is like there's almost like these PR things online that are third parties that work with these brands. So it's almost like a clean slate. Personally, like Victor and Rolf, like they wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know if they would cut you off or not. But I know that some of these third parties, there's no attachments to some of them, right?
Oh.
So there's no feeling of, but again, like I feel like there's a way of reviewing stuff and getting them for free and doing it the right way. And I think our community hasn't embraced that yet. I feel like there's a lot of copying and a lot of people doing the exact same thing. And the ones at the top are some of them are scared, right? If I get my free first bottle of PDM, am I really going to say something bad about it? Probably not. Especially when it comes straight from the brand, because I'm up and coming, and there's a lot of copycats, right? A lot of these smaller channels are trying to be, right? They're trying to be, and then they get the free stuff, and then it starts snowballing, right? So what I'm looking forward to, I got 5 little samples here, and I'll just let you know. I got Jubilation 40. So I got the new Jubilation in sample form just to see what it's all about. So you're going to see samples on that. I got the new Chanel Comet. So I'm looking forward to that just to see what Chanel has done.
Is that from their exclusive line?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's their high-end line. Francis K's new amber, which is called Reflet d'Ambre. So he's good with ambers. So I'm assuming this might be pretty good. I got the new Louis Vuitton. I haven't spoken about Louis Vuitton at all. I'm assuming it's probably overpriced, but
they've got some great fragrances that are indeed overpriced.
Yeah, it's Cavalier that does them, and he's a designer, like perfumer. He hasn't done anything that's high end that's really good.
Okay.
So,
from what I smelled, they were really good, and like there was a Dimitri that was in the chat. I think he's gone, but when I met up, so when I met up with him last year in Montreal, he took me to the whole Renfro where I smelled a whole bunch of them. Smell great, but when you find out the price tag, you just walk away.
They're designer, aren't they?
Like they really are, but they're
comparable
prices. Yeah, but niche prices. Yeah. Insane prices.
I got a problem with that, and that's me. You're not going to charge me $300, $400, $500 for a fragrance that smells very not well constructed, smells like a designer fragrance that costs $100 to $200. I'm not going to do it. But I'm going to try it out. I have an open mind. I have a bunch of Louis Vuittons that I'm going to try. I know Cavalier as a nose. He's an excellent nose. He's done some really great stuff in the 90s and early 2000s for a lot of designer brands. But I think he caps out. He can't do a $400 fragrance, $400 fragrance, unfortunately. Change my mind. We'll see.
So I have nothing else to say. I'm
Good.
pretty talked out.
We're-
So
We're
Two and
done.
a
It's 2.5 hours of fun. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the chat with Chad. Definitely go subscribe to Chad. Go check out his Jaguar video. It has 93,000 views. Let's
and
try
that's
to
with
bring it.
Rush. That's with Rush.
Yeah, it is with Rush. Sweet Jaguar. Go ahead. Like, I was surprised when I did that. I was like, no.
I know.
I thought
I
it was
was
going to be
so
a car brand.
surprised by it too.
I thought it was going to be Ferrari. Like, I was like, Jaguar. Okay. We're going to end with one thing. I have one last question for you.
Okay.
Talking about Ferrari. What's going on with Ferrari? What are they
From
doing? What are they up to?
From what I know, and I'm going off another influencer's information, who I don't follow anymore, because he just does the same regurgitated list, like shuffle them around, got a new video, just take out a few words and new video. Chaos fragrances. Yeah.
Name drop.
But from what he said is that they're just stopping everything fragrance related. That's all.
Actually, funny enough, there's one in front of me because I have to unbox it.
Okay. There's a few that's still around though, but for the most part, they just hard to come by.
This does not smell like cedar. We'll see.
No, you're gonna be so surprised.
I'm already surprised.
It's nothing like the name itself. But I was like the brand ambassador without a paycheck. I said
You put them on the map in the fragrance game. I'm sure you sold a few thousand bottles.
probably,
Not
but
kidding.
who knows?
And the part is that these brands don't even look at where it all started. Like, you started it and then it just moved on to other fragrance reviewers, which, by the way, I know you don't do it. You don't take, you don't take this, but you sent bottles of Ferrari to reviewers.
Yes.
And I know you don't publish it, but
there was a guy who would comment on all my videos of the Ferrari, Ernest something. I forget, it's Ernest something in his name. He's also a fragrance channel, but he would also go on some of the people that you called out, because I gave some of them bottles and they were all gifts. I did not work for the brand, even though that some people think that I did. I all those bottles were out of my own pocket because I was so in love with the brand.
You wanted people to, like, you're so old school, bro. Don't even know it. Like, it's and I'm sure it was appreciated on my part. I know you sent me a bunch. Thank you, buddy. And I reviewed every single one of them and gave them the hype or the trashing that they deserved.
Fair enough. Because some of them weren't like, and the one that it's not bad. But
it smells me.
Exactly. But it's
from the
not,
atomizer.
But it's not me neither. Right?
Yeah.
So do you have leather essence?
I do. That was the first one I bought, I think.
You see, that's my believe it or not, that's my favorite.
Right.
A lot of people think it's going to be the Bright Neroli, which was, but it's leather essence, and it's so hard to come by.
I think the Bright Neroli is the one that has the biggest dent on my channel. In my collection. I like the fig better, I think.
Did I give you a used bottle or a brand new bottle?
You sent me. You didn't send me that one. I think you sent me, like, I had Neroli, I had fig, and I had leather in my collection. I think you sent me amber. There's somewhere in there. You sent me like 3 or 4 even.
But I sent a lot of YouTubers bottles, and some of the comments, like there was like that one guy that would, if I left a comment on and mind you, I've deleted some of these comments just so I don't have to deal with like some of the influencers. I just don't want nothing to do with these people. I wish them well. I wish them the best, but I've kind of moved on. I can't be the guy reaching out anymore. The friendship that was there, it cannot be rekindled whatsoever nowadays. But the guy would leave comments, and that's the only reason why that I would notice, because I would get a notification that someone replied to a comment that I left 5 years ago.
Right.
So.
All right, then. that's that for Ferrari. That's it for today. Again, don't hesitate to subscribe to Chad's channel. Thank you, Chad, for your time, first of
Thank
all.
you so much for having me. I don't do streams, and when I do, I've been mocked a lot. I've been trolled a lot, so I feel welcome being here. So a lot of the other streams, I just did not.
Your family, bro.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Take care of family, right? No, I appreciate you coming through. I know that it was probably something that, with my recent video, people want to be, oh, like he's going to trash people. So, no, that's anybody that knows me knows that, I'll be respectful of you and your thoughts and respectful.
And that's what I was concerned about as well. So like when you reached out, I said to you, well, I don't mind as long as we're not like, I mentioned a few names and that's just me being a dick. But I was trying to behave myself, right? Even my wife says, behave yourself, watch your P's and Q's. So
be nice.
Yes. I'm a nice guy with a massive chip on his shoulder. I am not going to deny that. And that chip on my shoulder comes from dealing with my job. Because I get treated like shit. I get treated like shit every single day. So when I come to YouTube, this is my outlook. This is like, I love this, right? I don't get paid a lot, but I love this.
Yeah, so people are already asking for more live streams. There you go. There you go. Maybe we'll have Chad again. Hopefully we didn't scare him too much. But no, man, thank you again. Hopefully everybody out there, we had over 150 viewers at one point. Really appreciate it. Yeah.
How many likes is it?
I have no idea. On my video here, which doesn't update, I'm stuck at 4 likes. Yeah. But I'm sure it's higher than that. I'm assuming.
Probably a few dislikes as well.
Oh, obviously, yeah. That comes with the Robes Away channel.
And there's also some people that don't like me, and that's okay. I don't aim to please everybody anymore. Used to, not anymore.
No, it was nice to chop it up. Thanks again, chat. Thank you, Chad, for everything. And I'll see you all later. Have a good one.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for having me.